repost. The pod is extremely fucking cast. That's right, everybody. Welcome to this, another spooky episode
Spooky.
of Cinema Forecast,
Brains.
the movie podcast where every month we are randomly assigned by the legally distinct movie roulette a category. Attached to said category are 4 movies that we believe fit said category. And each week we take one of those movies and do a deep, in-depth dive talking about the movie in the context of that category. But
That's
again,
right.
what is spookier than predetermination?
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's spooky month. We're doing friggin'... What are we doing, Connor? Tell them.
We're doing zombies,
We're doing
Alfredo.
fucking zombies. And what movie are we watching today?
28 days later.
That's fucking right. We're watching 28 Days Later. This is my second time watching this movie ever. First time I watched it was with you and Juan. Maybe Ryan was there as well. I think it was just the 3 of us. I don't really remember.
Rings a bell.
Maybe the 4 of us.
Were we
I don't know.
sitting on a red couch?
No, we were at your parents' house in your room.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
I had the big red couch in there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know why I picture me laying on your bed because I think that happened often. I love laying in people's beds, hijacking their horizontal spaces.
I do have a lot of memories of you doing that.
Like
come to think of it.
when we watched Princess Mononoke, I think I was which was my first time watching it like all the way through. I think I was laying on your bed. I think when we watched all of Trigun,
Oh yeah,
I also was like laying on your bed. Yeah, lots of memories of laying on Connor's bed.
watching anime.
Watching
specifically.
anime, dude. Freaking anime. But yeah, and I remember I was like, I really liked it right off the bat. Like I'm not like I had a big thing about like didn't really like horror movies like or horror as a genre. And I think
remember that, yeah.
and I would be like, I don't want to go see a movie to feel sad or uncomfortable. I just want to laugh and have a good time, like big explosions. It is so wild.
Yeah.
To think. That's like me in my early 20s. That's not even me as like when I was like that when I was 15, but like the fact that it lasted that long, like I always feel wild telling people when they talk about like, oh, because people of my age and roughly our age, like a lot of people listen to like emo music, listen to like Panic at the Disco. They listen, like when Black Parade comes on by fucking My Chemical Romance, everyone like goes crazy. And then like, like they like turn and look at me and I'm like, no, I never got into this music. I never really liked it. I refused to listen to any music made after 1980 till I was like a junior in high school. And that feels so silly. And then like sitting here and we're talking, I'm like, yeah, I used to be like really weird about movies too. Like just so wild to think about that person
Interesting.
ended up going to film school.
Yeah,
And now I'm just
yeah, all about it.
I'm all about it, dude.
Artsy fartsy as fuck.
Artsy fartsy as fuck. Honestly, I think that was one of like the eye-opening things. I think like really seeing some very like arts, whatever.
Artistic direction with
Yeah.
horror, especially. We've talked about it on this podcast this year, just how many times we're seeing new horror movies, and it's just like, damn, this is like some of the best stuff out right now.
Yeah. I mean, this day and age, like, yeah, there's a lot of that good shit. But yeah, I can't remember what specifically kind of like when the like turning point was, but I don't know, it happened. Anyway, I was like pretty blown away. I was like, this is wild. Like a lot, like the story really well written.
Yeah,
The characters
I love
very
this
cool.
movie, man. This
Yeah.
is probably my favorite zombie movie, just because I mean, it's so artistic. I love the characters so much. I love like this dark place it takes you to by the end of the movie, and just how much it has to say about humanity.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Like really, really well thought out. Do you remember the first time you saw it?
Yes, I watched it in our good friend Ryan Kestner's basement. He was really into showing me scary stuff. He still is to this day. I'll have not talked to him in months, and I'll text him, and he'll be like, dude, have you seen this thing? It's so fucked up.
That sounds like him. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shall we hit the themes?
Yeah, for Zombie Month, we got 4 themes.
Theme in a forecast.
Yeah. We got deconstruction of society is number 1.
Yes, sir.
All about it in this movie, absolutely. It's kind of
The name of the game.
name of the game, yeah. And I really do see. I believe 28 Days Later was kind of the start of a big zombie kind of comeback, and I do think it digs a lot into those roots we saw in Night of the Living Dead, right?
Yeah, I think that a lot of zombie movies had kind of like gone the way of like being very sort of like do I want to say like cheesy, campy, kind of like more like cult films, and it felt like this like went back to the like was like, what if we? Because that's what surprised me about Night of the Living Dead. I'm like, oh, it's actually saying a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to like, pardon the pun, but like well, it's not a really a pun, but zombie movies being like brainless, right? Like
Yeah.
um and so watching Night of the Living Dead, I was like, no, it's in the DNA to really be an analysis of society.
Yeah.
And I think this really fucking squarely gets back to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said this about zombie movies, just like I love them so much, and when I say that it is these kind of themes and the tension around those themes that I think I love so much. And as I've said, zombies just have something about them, man, that just really freaks me out. It just really works for me. I love them. Number two, meditation on death and life. I don't know what it is about zombies, but probably because they're dead, they get you thinking about life.
Yeah, I think, I mean, to both the things you just said, like to watch a person you love like turn into a feral animal
Yeah.
trying to kill you, that's
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, I
And-
think it has to do with the uncanniness of it.
And also like the fact that they like, it feels like they don't really like, when you see someone turn into a zombie, are you like, oh, you know what? At least like they're okay now. Like they're with God or whatever, they're at peace. You know how people say that when people die?
Yeah.
Like there's something so corrupt about
Yeah.
that form of death. Feels like you're stealing away like their like peace.
Right.
You know?
Right, and then I think it's the infection side of it. Just a single
Yeah.
bite will change the entire
The
trajectory
drop
of
of
the
a drop
story.
of blood in this, which I
drop
think is
of
really well
blood.
done. Yeah.
Yes, if I have any nitpicks about the movie, it's probably a little around just how one drop can do it, because they're constantly getting blood all over themselves. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, and the like way it really holds on, like that drop getting in his like eye, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Number three, the best and worst of humanity. A perfect example of it in this one. You see what life is about. You see what can happen if you just fall into your darkness. And number four, rebirth. A lot of rebirth imagery in this. A lot of character growth and transformation in this movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, just the way that it starts with like well, not the way that it starts, but
Yeah,
the way that we are introduced to
introduced to
Jim.
Jim,
Like
absolutely.
he's waking up, right? Like feels like kind of like a being.
Naked in
Yeah.
a hospital bed.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's great. That's a great point. I've got a couple things real quick that I'm gonna hit from some previous episodes that I took notes for, that I just want to like hit you with real fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So we never talked. I was struck by Seok Woo and Alexi from The Mirror. Remind me a lot of each other as like fathers, like that they really want to take responsibility for their kid, but both of their partners are like, you aren't like you're not equipped to do it.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Also, we've hinted at it, but we haven't like I think really nailed on the head that zombies tend to be like an allegory as well for like consumerism and being a slave to
Yes.
the almighty dollar. You know?
Yes. So Dawn of the Dead, the second
To the
follow up.
mall, yeah.
Yeah, in a mall, all about consumerism.
Yeah. I think there's some like imagery of that in this, but like it's not like a super like heavy thing.
Yeah.
And then okay, so
Definitely a lot of that in Shaun of the Dead.
yeah, for sure. As far as the Train to Busan conspiracy theory with like the funding and Seok Woo's
Yes.
responsibility. Okay. I didn't write it down. I watched like a YouTube video where this guy like broke it down a little bit. It's not that much more, but this is what it is. So one of the things we didn't really notice is that when he's talking to the investors, they're checking in on him about a leak that they heard about, right? And then he tells them not to worry and not to sell. It's probably a false report. But then he sells all his funds related
So
to
he
it.
didn't report the leak so that he could get a cut of the fund.
Yeah, because he's making money off of
Got it.
these investors, but he like knows that it's like now it's a like
Okay.
risky investment, so he pulls his funding out.
Gotcha.
So he knew and continued to try and make money off of it.
Cool. I appreciate that, because I was like, there's got to be something intended there that I'm not catching.
Yeah. I tried to look up if there was any information about the like Shaun of the Dead, the scene where they're singing in like the alleyway. Couldn't find anything about that being different from the
Oh, okay.
theatrical
don't know.
version, other than there was a remaster that improved audio and video quality.
Weird.
The band I couldn't think of earlier in like Shaun of the Dead episode was the Stone Roses. That was and their album is called The Second Coming. And then I just want to say, when you sort of listed out the 3-act structure about an hour and a half in, I was like, I'm not really sure. But re-listening and thinking about it, I think you really nailed it on that, like nailed that structure on the head. So I wanted to give you your flowers.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
All right. And the last thing is the guy from He-Man I was trying to think of. His name is Orko.
Orko.
Yeah, voiced
Oh,
by
yeah,
Griffin
okay.
Newman
That
of
rings a
Blank
bell now.
Check in the new Masters of the Universe Revelation.
That's
Originally
great.
voiced by Lou Scheimer in the 83-85 show. Voiced by this guy, Gabe Kuth. But this is wild. Voiced by Tom Kenny, a.k.a. SpongeBob, in this 2021 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 2021.
Damn. Well, thank you for the deep lore and the fact checks.
It was fun to do, you know.
I appreciate that.
I was listening to the podcast and I was like, you know what? Let's go back. Let's touch on some things. Maybe I should have saved it for the next episode. That's what we should do. We should go back and listen to every single episode and make like all corrections and follow-ups on points. No, I'm just joking. That sounds like way too much work.
Yeah, I got a couple free weeks. Just
Yeah.
listen to all the episodes again, take notes.
Yeah. No, we got it. Yeah. No,
Do research.
That was the joke that we were talking that I was talking about that one episode where I was like, oh, we're gonna do Cinema Forecast, right? Where we like review the episodes.
Oh yeah. That'll be our 10-year anniversary.
That'll be our 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm still alive in 10 years.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, let's
Well,
get
can only hope we don't get a zombie apocalypse any
Yeah.
minute now.
Yeah, or I mean, I don't know. I need to start taking care of myself.
Feel that, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, zombie movies get you thinking about life and death, you know?
No, it's not the zombie movies. My life is just kind of a mess right now, but that's okay.
I was just trying to transition.
Oh, it was a good segue. No, it was a good segue. It was a good segue. But I just want to be clear. It's not really zombie movies that have me thinking that. It's Anyway.
You want to talk about it?
No, not
we
really.
can cut this out.
No. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So 28 days
Yes.
later.
Dude, this time the most by far I appreciated was just the amazing cinematography and editing, just nonstop interesting angles, always like constantly changing on a dime, like throwing me off guard, but so moody and vibey with what he's trying to get you to feel with the shots.
Yeah, no, I really love the cinematography. I touched on this. I'll touch on this in our next episode. It's just funny, like time-wise, how it happened. So I was editing it and
Oh yeah.
and listening to it, and well, very quickly, Anthony Dodd Mantle, that's the cinematographer. But something really cool is done here. This is all shot on like digital video,
Yes.
and it's done for a couple reasons. Like stylistically, it has a very like sort of like rough look to it. It's kind
Yeah.
of like lo-fi.
It doesn't look good, but
No, it
in a
doesn't look
good
good.
way.
Yeah, and also because film cameras take long times to set up, and they're like paying to clear out the streets of London for these like huge empty shots,
Yeah.
and do like this
Insane.
guerrilla filming. So like that's amazing. And then we will get to it, but at the very end, when Jim wakes up again, it's in 35 millimeter.
I noticed it because you told me to look out for it.
Yeah, it's so fucking beautiful.
Yeah, you told me that like months ago, and that was been
5 months
I had-
ago, yeah.
and I had forgotten. And then watching this
4 months ago, sorry, yeah.
then watching this again, I noticed a little grain in that little kernel of like, oh yeah, that's right. Alfredo
Yeah.
said it switches at some point.
It's really cool.
And once I noticed, I was like,
It's
oh,
so pretty.
because it's like the final act.
I
Yeah.
watched the transition like 3 times just because I thought it looked so fucking sick.
It's dope.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Starts on monkeys.
Yeah, it starts on
Well, it
some
starts
fucking
on violence.
I also let's just say, I mean, we've hinted at it. Next week our episode is on 28 years later.
Yeah, I guess that's a good call. We can discuss it a little bit. Let's not get into spoilers for people who
No,
haven't seen
we
that
don't.
one.
No, we don't need to get into spoilers at all. But that's the bonus episode.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Happy Halloween.
Because I think originally we were just like planning on doing it for a bonus episode anyway, and then we're like, oh wait, this could be on Halloween that it drops.
I don't remember how everything crystallized, but it was sick the way it all worked out. It was funny recording an episode 4 months in advance as well.
Yeah.
In advance, I apologize for the sudden sort of downshift in audio quality. I don't know what it is, but like I was listening to it, and I think it's just like we've gotten a lot better about like microphone placement and all that stuff. So it doesn't sound horrible, but I was just like, oh wow,
Oh, interesting.
there's like noticeable like quality improvements over like these last 4 months.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back.
Hey.
Yeah, but it's like all this like news footage that we're starting on, like
Yeah.
that's like it, and it seems like
Violence.
the world is like in chaos, is like
Yeah.
what it's saying. And yeah, slowly pulling out. We see the monkey watching it, you know?
It's which is just insane opening imagery and strikes to so much of what this movie is about, which is violence and rage and humanity. And a lot of people have a bone to pick with this movie not being a zombie movie because they're technically not zombies, right? They're infected, but it has all of the core principles and like philosophy of a zombie movie, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a zombie movie.
Yeah.
I think this is just a different style of zombie, and I think that's totally okay. Like, the mindless consumption thing is like, I think that's zombies to me, right? Like, and then like again, like this we said earlier, the turning of someone like you knew into like an unrecognizable like feral creature, right? I also want to say this scene reminded me a little bit with the monkey like staring at all the screens. Well, being forced to watch it reminded me of The Fifth Element. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I have.
The part where Lilu is like watching, like learning all about
That's
like
amazing.
like history, and then she gets to the war like part, right? She gets to W and it's like war, and she's like, "Oh no, this sucks. I don't want to save humans."
Wow. Yeah, I was thinking of Clockwork Orange
Yeah, for sure. That as well. Thought of that as well.
being forced to watch violence.
Yeah, yeah.
Insane opening. I love the way it looks. I think the lighting looks so crazy because of the low digital. Like I feel like he's really utilizing that low frame or that low resolution to do some cool
I think
stuff.
it was shot at like 480p, and then like they like stretched it for the
so
screen.
wild.
Yeah, so you can really see like all of that sort of like in digital, you don't really call it grain, but you can see that sort of like digital nature, like they've like blown it up even
That's
more.
so cool. I mean, I could see people like not liking that.
The
thinking
sunshine
it's-
on his face in some of those shots
yeah,
is so
the
wild.
sunlight all the time. Like
Yeah.
even just on the monkey right here, he's just like this glowing silver monkey on a
Yeah.
table. It's wild looking.
Yeah, because there's like these red lights. And this is so cool, the whole like fucking animal right, like this idea that it's animal rights activists breaking in, they're gonna save this monkey, and then there's this scientist who's like, this researcher who's like, no, you guys, no, please,
Right.
they're infected, don't let them out.
Yeah, I love this whole just really sets the stakes the way the scientist starts panicking and like breaking down.
Yeah, they're highly contagious, it's fucking
Yeah.
scary, dude. And he also says the wild thing about like, in order to cure, you must first understand.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ooh,
They're
I'm getting
infected with rage.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it gave me the heebie-jeebies to hear him say like that fucking thing about like to cure you must first understand. Felt very, I don't know.
Yeah, it's very real and very like Dr. Frankenstein, and again, best and worst of humanity. Here comes the good guys like who are like, this is fucked up. Like there's a dissected monkey on the table. We're gonna get them out of here. There's a monkey tied to a table watching violent screens. We're gonna get them out of here. And it reminds me of like that theme we see a lot of where they're trying to do the right thing.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, and it's always like, or they're the bad guy, and then they do one good thing, and that's the thing that screws them over. It's like with the good, yeah, I love it. Great way to start this whole outbreak.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking wild. And the way they just like open the cage and like the monkey just charges at her, and she's like, "I'm burning," and then immediately see her turn.
And
Feels
the music and
pretty
the flashing
consistent
lights
with the turns in this. I think
absolutely, pretty much immediate. Like,
yeah. Fuck, dude. And then yeah, we see the 28 days later. I love that it's not just the title, but also like a practical piece of information.
yeah, absolutely. And just that scene ends with the monkeys banging on the glass.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the music drops out and it's just the silence. Like everyone's already turned, but you can't even hear them anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like the monkeys like breathing on the glass.
Yeah.
So good.
Really well done. I love that. That's kind of been coming up a lot where like in these movies where silence is really scary because it means there's no one screaming anymore, you know?
Yeah, like Ben said in his like origin story
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, yeah.
Exactly. So we see Cillian Murphy's right eye opening.
Yeah. Again, yeah, the sunlight just
It
looks
looks
so
really good. Yeah, it looks awesome. Again, he's naked in the hospital bed. He's got all these tubes connected to him. And then I put a note here too because I was like, do they ever say why he was in the hospital? But he does later.
Yeah.
He's like a bike messenger who got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And like, did you notice that the left side of his head is shaved?
Yep.
It's like, did they do brain surgery
That's
on
what
him?
it appears so, yeah.
It's wild.
He was in a coma, right?
And he just comes back too. And that is not very important in the movie. Like
No.
it's just a wild detail.
No, the only way it really affects things is that he's dropped in with the perspective of someone from, like, when society
before
was
the outbreak,
normal,
yeah.
who didn't have time to acclimate.
I wonder how long before it started he got hit.
Right.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, that's a good question. I never
But
thought about
and
that.
again, we love that shit. You don't need to answer those questions.
Yeah.
You just have me asking questions, and that's I think in this case, these kinds of questions are the good kinds of questions where you're like, this is a good script.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the theme of rebirth, we already mentioned this, but I actually counted 3 rebirths for Jim in this movie, and this is the first right here. Him reborn into the apocalypse, like,
Yeah.
basically a baby born because he's so naive and
Yeah.
has no idea what this new world is.
Yeah. And the whole opening part with like all these like very like empty, lonely scenes and him, hello,
Yeah.
hello, fucking it's good. It's good shit. I liked it a lot. Got some Pepsi product placement here.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of product placement.
Yeah,
in
and
this,
all
yeah.
the shit is just like strewn across the floor too.
Yeah.
He's just picking it up. And I love these like quiet moments with one
Yeah.
character. You're
Well,
just-
it's very like procedural in a way I like, where you see him pull the tubes out. He finds like a key on
Yeah.
the ground, so someone locked him in there and then slid the key under the door. Then he goes downstairs, and you see him test the phones. The phones are down. Like it just feels very immersive.
Yeah.
You're just like really
you're
thrown
really
into this
stepping
world.
into his like
Yeah.
his point of view.
It's really good.
Good fucking shit. Great shit, really.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean he's walking around for a while. I think we see that he's collecting money at one point. Like
Yes,
that's on
I love
the
that
ground.
too. You see him pick up a grocery bag,
Yeah.
which made me think of Project Zomboid again. Like, okay, I guess I'll use some container and
Yeah,
pick
he
up what
gets
I can find.
and he puts a bunch of soda in it too.
Yeah.
Like he puts soda and then he just starts
But
grabbing
yeah,
a bunch
I love
of
that
cash.
he's grabbing money again on just like, what is your money worth now? I love that theme in Apocalypse.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, when we're talking about consumerism, he like tries to get into a car, the car alarm goes off.
This I gotta mention just this Godspeed You Black Emperor track that plays here. One of my favorite sections of the movie, just the way the music ties in with the scenes. It's just this
Yeah.
slow building.
The
like,
song is called East
it's
Hastings.
so good.
Um,
I've
they
listened to it
actually-
a bunch of times. I love it.
They actually didn't want to let Danny Boyle use it.
Really?
But he met with them personally and he convinced them and they were like, "Okay."
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it works so well.
it's awesome.
This slow tension builds
I can-
and these
well,
big,
dude,
beautiful shots.
Again, on the whole thing of consumerism, I think like a lot of bands feel like
Mhm.
like putting your song in a movie is kind of like you're selling out a little bit. You like lessening your artistic
Yeah.
credibility.
Yeah.
And I think meeting with him, they realize, oh, like no, this guy's serious. This guy's also an artist. you
Yeah,
know?
he's trying to do something really cool. And I love it. Yeah, I love him shouting hello through the streets, empty. And just yeah, like you mentioned, the way like it was so hard for them to like clear out parts of London to get those shots, but they look so good.
Yeah, it was wild that
And
they were able to do that.
we talk about palate cleansers on this channel a lot, just like big moments to let you breathe and kind of recover from what just happened. This movie is just constantly doing these big wide shots and huge faraway angles and just like really letting you sit in the environment.
Yeah, they have the really good like establishing shots throughout.
Yeah,
and this is
establishing
like
shots,
this
yeah.
is like this is just like this like montage is so well done. It's just like so well paced. Yeah, it's great.
You
I-
see him find the newspaper with the
Yeah, it says
evacuation.
evacuation. And at one point I just wrote empty, empty, empty because there's no one.
Yeah.
And with the alarm going off, you like get nervous because you're like, I
Yeah.
know it's a zombie movie, but nothing happens.
One thing I've always noticed, or at least I've noticed the last couple times I watched this, is the audio mix on the spooky shit is so much fucking louder in the mix than everything else. So like I turned it up because I'm like listening to the music, it's pretty
Yeah.
quiet, and then just like the car alarm comes in and it's so
Yeah, it's
fucking
really
much louder
scary,
every time
yeah.
like a walker, or not a walker, an infected like breaks through a window or anything, just so much louder in the mix,
Yeah.
so intense.
We see this like huge monument that seems to have all these notes on it, and it's a very tragic sort of sight.
Yeah.
But really good like sort of cultural like first 28 days of zombie apocalypse shit, you know?
Yeah, and very like eerie, right? Because you as the viewer basically have an idea of what happened because you saw the initial infection, but it's really putting you in the place, yeah, like you said, of all these people who had to put up like missing posters for all their family and stuff, and just like showing Jim have to deal with that is such a good welcome to the apocalypse moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the apocalypse, Jim.
Yep, it's gonna be a bad time.
It's gonna be but like kind of like not a horrible time.
He's gonna have some ups and downs.
He's gonna have some ups and lots of downs. So we see Jim walking into this church. We reference this in our open. Repent. The end is extremely fucking nigh, and I love the way that it reveals
Yeah,
from
the
bottom
bottom.
up. You know, you see nigh, and I was, even though I remembered, like, I remember that from the movie, I was like looking at it as like high, and then I was like, oh shit, no, that's right. And then like as it slowly reveals,
Yeah,
you know,
it's so good.
very good.
How much of the movie did you remember from all those years ago?
I remember the eye gouging thing always stood out to me.
Yeah.
Like I definitely did not forget
Makes
about
sense.
that. Oh no, it's hard to say because I just watched it.
Yeah,
So
for
so like now I'm like I remember everything
sure.
because that's how memory works. You know,
Hell yeah.
you pull that memory back, you re-access it, and then you're changing it as you're like accessing it, right? So hard to say like concretely, but I would say maybe like 50-60% of it.
Hell yeah.
There are definitely parts where like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah, it took you off guard.
Yeah, but this fucking part in the church is so fucking wild. He walks in again, he just sees this pile of corpses, and he does the hello, right?
And it just like hangs on the bodies for
Yeah.
so long, bro. It's
and then
so
the way that
unnerving.
the two just like pop up,
Yeah.
dude, and then there's suddenly you
The
can hear the
footsteps.
commotion, right?
The footsteps of the priest running
Yeah.
up down the hall or
And
whatever.
I love
it's
him
so
going,
scary.
Father, you know, like try to like fucking like
Yeah.
talk to him, and you know he's Irish, you know, he's not gonna a Catholic priest, dude, like.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do this. And I love the way that he reacts, like in self-defense. And then immediately he's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Like, because it's so hard to fathom that this is like a zombie, you know?
Yeah, and just that it set up him having this weapon to hit the priest with, like the grocery bag full of cans and money, like
Yeah.
perfectly makes sense, perfectly. And then I think he just drops it after this, right?
Yeah, I think so. I love how hesitant he is to participate in violence at
Yeah.
this point. Because that changes
Yeah,
so
well,
much at the
that's
end.
Why,
One of the rebirths.
Yeah, and that's why it's maybe my favorite zombie movie is just that like the character transformations in this movie are so intense and like
It is wild
has
the way
so much to
that
say.
like Selena softens as Jim
Yes.
hardens
I was
throughout the
gonna
movie.
say when we get to her, they have reverse character arcs. Yeah.
You know, Jim, he used harden. It was super effective.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So he then we have I think he's running out. The infected are following him as he runs down the street. And then we see these two people wearing like masks throwing Molotov cocktails at them, trying to help him. I love how much Molotov cocktails are coming up in these movies.
Yeah.
In 3 of the 4, we've had
Yeah.
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, the fire thing, I'd kind of forgotten just how often that comes up in zombie
Fire is
movies.
very useful.
Yeah.
Fire good.
Fire good.
Man like fire.
And one note here, the East Hastings track drops out when it gets to the church, and then when he's running out, it comes back in, and just like such an amazing crescendo with the editing. And I love how you see the flames in front of the camera before you could tell like that's people
Yeah.
with like Molotovs, and then the insane explosion at the
Yeah,
end of
they
it with
blow
like
up the gas station.
with like 30 different shots.
And I am like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You see them heading underground. They hole up in like what seems to be like some sort of convenience store, maybe
yeah,
in
like
the
at a
like
train
subway.
station. Yeah.
Yeah, I think London has like a
Mm-hmm.
subterranean fucking
Rail
rail
line.
line. We in Seattle, we have something called the Link. If you're ever in town, check it out, ride it. You know, say hi to the colorful locals.
That's right, Alfredo.
And then the guy tells the joke. Mark, he tells the whole joke about the man walks in
Yeah.
bar with a giraffe.
Can't leave that lion there.
Yeah, that's not a lion, it's a giraffe. And I'm just
Classic.
like, what the? And he says he's completely humorless. Y'all will get along great, which is fucking funny. You know?
Yeah. I love the dialogue, love the characters. Everyone's very well established as soon as you meet them.
Yeah, and they're like, "Are you a doctor?" Because he asked him if he's a doctor because he's like wearing a hospital gown. And I love Selena's like, "No, he's obviously not a fucking doctor."
Yeah.
And this is where he says that he was a bicycle courier and he got hit by a car. Also, like great casting. Cillian Murphy has such like a bike like guy vibe to him.
If I'm not mistaken, this is kind of his like breakout movie.
No, I think this is like the first major role like you can point to.
Pretty
like,
awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome. He's great.
I love Cillian Murphy.
I love him. I think he's awesome. He's like handsome while looking weird, which is exactly what you want.
Yeah,
Like,
interesting.
yeah, he's interesting to look at. very like, and can be so expressive, but also so like withholding of his emotion, like
Yeah.
facially.
Yeah, I think he does Jim extremely well. Like,
I mean, he's Jim, dude.
he's Jim.
He is him. He is Jim.
Yeah, just Jim is such a good character. He's like very relatable because especially since he doesn't have his like whole morality stripped away, so watching his morality get stripped away throughout the movie is very
Again, you just step into his shoes. It's like you slowly like
Yeah.
realizing like, okay, I need to participate in violence to survive. And then something I talked about with some of the other movies, I think more specifically Night of the Living Dead, I was like, I love how like the whole like what's your name thing doesn't come up, but here it is like a nice moment,
Mhm.
like because we get to hear what this guy's name is, who we've been following around, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then
And
we
it makes sense. You're meeting strangers.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
You're finally at peace, and
yeah, they're holed
the
up
fuck are
somewhere,
you?
yeah. And then they tell him, that there's started as rioting happening in small towns.
I love that Mark says, "Got some bad news."
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, Selena's
Such
whole
a classic,
breakdown
like,
is
guy who's
amazing.
like super cheeky about everything in
Yeah.
crisis.
Yeah. I love Selena's breakdown of like it wasn't on the TV anymore; it was in the streets,
Yeah.
coming through your window. Like such a cool breakdown.
You see, like, there's like the shot composition for it too is like you're seeing like Selena's reflection
Yeah.
while you see Mark, and like both of their faces aren't like. It's very cool, very like awesome like framing that makes it feel like sort of like you feel like you're in like the like convenience store holed up trying to be quiet,
Yeah.
This movie's super immersive. I think that's like like such an awesome fucking like it's something it does so well.
Yeah.
And then fucking Jim's like, what about the government? And they're like, there's no government. He's like, what are you fucking talking about? There's always a government. And I love that very like sort of like, like come on, like they're holed up somewhere, right? But they're around.
Yeah, just his slow realization that it's
Yeah.
literally all. And we watched him walk through these empty streets, just like, I like kind of in denial. I think, just kind of like, still shouting hello at a bunch.
No,
of
no, it's the River Thames, not the River Nile. Thank you for laughing. Yeah, no, it's dude. Just I love the opening is just like all those empty shots. I'm just like,
Yeah, amazing.
amazing. They tell him he's the first uninfected they've seen in 6 days.
Yeah,
I love like we get the like Mark tells the story about his family. So fucked up, and he talks about how his dad pulls out all this money, try and get them like on a flight out of England, right, out of Britain, and like everyone else had the same idea. And then, dude, the way that he tells the story is just like it's really like heartbreaking, dude. Like just and he says that he turns and he looks at his dad, and he just can see the look in his
on his face.
and
yeah.
he never says, I think, that his father had become infected,
he's
but
just
you
implied,
just
yeah.
you can just tell that that's what he's saying, dude.
Really good. Yeah.
Again, like having the people you love like turned against you, it's so hard to like separate like a face from who someone is, because that's not the person you love anymore, right?
Yeah.
But like
Yeah, and I love the whole setup of again like that theme of money and just like what is it worth. He's at his dad brings all the money they have to the airport, and it's just like, what good does it do you when
Yeah.
everyone's trying to leave? And the deconstruction of society, that's what it is
Yeah,
right
for
here.
sure.
Like, what do you do now?
For sure. And Jim is saying that he wants to go see his parents. Like he's like, I can walk there. And I think Mark says, he gives them, we only go like move during the daylight unless you've got no choice. And he says, we'll leave. They say they'll leave in the morning to find his dead parents. Just being very sort of like, kind of like pushing his nose into the dirt because they've been so hardened by the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, they've adapted to this world and he has not.
Yeah. We get some more really cool wide shots of the city, them moving through it. There's this like
Yeah.
acapella like anthem-y sort of like hymn
There's,
that's
like, a
being sung during this part.
choir,
Yeah.
like, there's so much beautiful music in this. I'm not sure what is like other musicians and who is the composer, but John Murphy is the composer, and I know at least some of the stuff in here is just absolutely amazing. He also did I'm seeing right now Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Barrels, which is pretty cool.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. Snatch is the other movie.
Yeah, Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. And then I think Revolver is like, is like related, but whatever.
He also did Sunshine.
Sunshine? Another Danny Boyle movie. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't.
Oh my god, dude. Cillian Murphy's in that one too.
I've heard great things.
It's an insane movie. Maybe perhaps one day we will talk about it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, brother.
So they get to Jim's house, Jim's parents' house pretty quickly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moves along. He smells the dead pretty much right when he goes in. They try
And
to
nobody
stop
says
him.
anything. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know, again, just done with like the way he's reacting to the stink.
Yeah, and he finds the parents. Horrible imagery of them like mummified almost.
I will say I actually found like some solace in this. Like what I was saying about like people who've turned have been stripped of like
Yeah.
a piece of their they
They
took
died
their,
themselves.
They took their lives into like it was
Yeah.
kind of like beautiful.
It is. It is
it
in
kind
its
of-
own way.
There is a I think
Which is what
28 years
Selena
later,
and Mark tell him after. They should be grateful.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was really like beautiful, and I like just made this connection between this moment and a moment in 28 years
Oh,
later.
Sure.
And I think it is this like there's this cool meditation on like the beauty of death.
Yeah.
Like there like death, it doesn't have to be
The dignity of death, perhaps.
yeah, death doesn't have to always be such a horrible thing. It's painful, but it's a part of life, and there's some beauty in it. Like it like cycles, that's how they work, you know. They end and then they
Yeah.
begin again. But him like them holding the picture of him as a boy, and you see the red wine and the pills, and yeah, fuck, man, it's really sad. But again, there's something so beautiful about the way it's framed.
Yeah. The message his mom left him on the back of the photo is so fucking sad. Like, you were sleeping, now we're sleeping too.
Yeah,
Don't wake up.
yeah, yeah. With
Don't
endless
wake
love.
up. Yeah.
With endless love, we left you sleeping. It's very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Jim is crying, and they're like, "You should be grateful," and he's like, "I'm not grateful." Love that.
Yeah.
Because again, this is like what we've been seeing so far is like the hardness of them and the softness of him.
Yeah.
But now we see like that the softness of like a dignified death, like
Right.
how that impacts them, and how he is sort of like still has this sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like this sort of like arrogance or like this like feeling of being entitled to
like he's the victim. He's the only
well,
victim.
he's entitled to like
Yeah.
no, my parents died.
Yeah.
This is fucked up. They should be alive, right? Where like I love that sort of like it's almost like a flip for a moment where you do see like there are these different parts of you that evolve, and it's not just getting harder or softer, right? It is just like these different parts of you morphing to see things differently, to see death differently, really.
Yeah, and I think this is actually where we get a Mark's story of the airport, because basically,
Yeah.
they're
Yes,
try-
you're right. Yes,
they're
that's where
trying
he
to give
tells the
him
story.
like it can be so much worse.
Yeah, because I think what I was pointing to earlier, what I had seen in my notes was that I think that Mark asked Jim about his family, or like somebody asked someone about
Yeah.
their family.
Well, it gets brought up because he's like, I need to go check on them. Yeah, and they're like, they're dead.
Yeah, it's
And they
pretty,
were
pretty fucked up
right.
story.
They spend the night there because it's getting too late.
Yeah,
And I like Selena. You can tell she's kind of affected by Mark's story, but she also doesn't want to show it at all. So she kind of just ends the conversation, like, back to business.
yeah. We get this wide shot of the sun setting
With
or
the-
rising, and I think it's rising in the city.
With this extremely strange choice where you see Mark's face in the top left of your screen, and it just kind of like sits there and then eventually transitions into it. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is I like that shot a lot. Yeah, the composition, it's slowly moving, and you see that it's Mark sleeping, and then we see Selena's also sleeping. Jim can't sleep, so he lights a candle, goes to look at the pictures on the fridge. He's like touching the recipe book, kind of like trying to like ground himself back in like his home, right?
Yeah.
And then you see there's like this home video where he's drinking the orange juice, you know, and he has
Yeah.
the whole moment where he's like, give me some of that. And then you hear him say his like line. He's like, it's empty, you know, trying to like,
Yeah. It's like a
relive
memory
those
as
moments.
a home video, which
Yeah.
is so interesting.
yeah, very cool. I like that a lot. Then of course suddenly,
I like that it cuts. You see it approaching
Yeah.
long before it hits the window, but yeah, just like see far away from the house and it rushing towards the house, and you see his light in the kitchen on,
Yeah.
and just like, yeah, again, the sound mix as it smashes through the window. It's so intense.
yeah, and Selena and Mark take care of them, and then Jim is like, that's Mr. Bridges. He lives 4 houses down, you know, still like so like
Yeah.
And then this is so wild how quickly this happens.
Yeah.
Where like you see Mark is bleeding and Selena fucking kills him.
Yeah, she's like, "Were you bitten?" And she just like looks him in the eye, and as she says later, she could tell that he knew he was infected.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
she can see in his face that he was infected. And I think Mark, the actor that plays Mark, does a great job. Noah Huntley does a great job because I see it in his, like, you can see it as
Yeah.
the viewer. You see the blood gushing out of his arm.
Yeah.
And then like the look on his face as he looks down and looks at her, right? Fucking sick, dude.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
And Selena says more will be coming. They always do.
Yeah, just the way how realistic it looks when she chops his arm off is insane. Like you see the cut where it goes through his arm. And I'm like, how did they do that?
Prosthetics.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was sick,
How
dude.
do you hide the
It looked,
arm? Yeah, I
it
don't
looked
know.
really
it was
good.
awesome.
Well, when you're using like low quality video,
Yeah.
it makes it easier.
Yeah, that's very cool.
More wide shots, more establishing shots, spooky shots of the city, you know, very very still. We see them walking out of a tunnel.
Yeah, and this whole
This
part.
is the part where she says too that she didn't know, she just saw that he knew.
Yeah, and she basically gets into just like, what's your plan? What do you want?
Yeah,
and she's like, plans are fucking pointless.
She says, yeah, Mark was full of plans. Do you have any plans?
Yeah, do you want to fall in love or save the world or just fuck or something?
Staying
along
alive
those
is as
lines?
good as it gets.
Yes, which super important line. Love that comes back later. And she also says, if it happens to you, I'll do it in a heartbeat, right? And that comes back around later. I love her growth, her reverse character
Yeah.
arc from Jim. Jim's descent into full on primal rage that like basically becoming one of the infected and her like finding her humanity again.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and that line is really good when he says that was longer than a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Love it.
Pretty good stuff. Good dialogue too. And we see that flashing light
Yeah,
of like the
Christmas
apartment.
lights. Yeah.
And they're like, "What's that?" And they decide to go.
Yep. And I love the whole shopping cart barricade
Yeah.
in blocking the way to the apartment building. I feel like Frank.
Doesn't end up being much of a deterrent.
Oh well, they kind of took it apart a little bit, but yeah, it's more to filter them out more
Yeah.
than anything, you know.
Slow him down for sure.
I love this huge winding staircase. Jim
I
needs
also
a
love.
break.
Yeah. Well, she asked, "Do you need a break?" And he's like, "No." And he's actually, "I do need a break."
Yeah, and I guess that's a nice little moment tying into him just like having just woken up. Like we don't get a lot of him needing recovery after being in a coma for however long.
Well, the
but-
thing that she says too, like, I mean, I
You're
love this sort of
crashing.
like survival thing. All you've
Yeah.
had is painkillers and sugar.
yeah.
And he wants a tango. That was funny. He's
Yeah.
like Pepsi or Tilt, and he was like, "Do you have a tango?" She's like, "Oh, actually, I do think I have one."
Yeah.
Funny
Yeah,
moment.
in a nice moment of him, their like relationship developing is like, why didn't you say anything? You had a headache. He's like, I didn't think you'd give a shit. And you can see that kind of takes Selena off guard, even though she is so hardened. And I just think her character is really well done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Naomi Harris.
Yeah.
She also, she plays the mom in Moonlight, and she was so
Oh,
fucking good
Wild.
in that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. She's, I think, in that movie, she's like a drug addict as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Oh man, she was so mean in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
didn't make
God.
that connection at the time. That's wild.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, they're trying to get a tango, and then the infected come.
Yeah.
And the way you see them, or like, yeah, there's like skittering over the carts
Yeah.
up the staircase, and then I love, yeah, this whole tense moment of Jim running ahead of Selena or Selena running ahead of Jim,
and Jim begging her to wait for him.
and she's just going, like ready to leave him behind, you know. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
And at the top of the stairs, you got Frank there in his full-on riot gear, and I just feel like Frank is the one who just like nailed it at the beginning of the apocalypse, right? He just like, you know, hunkered down, stayed in his apartment, got some riot gear, like got a bunch of groceries and stuff. What same thing happens in late game Project Zomboid? You run out of water. What are you gonna do? You gotta move on.
Yeah, I love Brendan Gleeson. Great actor.
Yeah.
Love him in Bruges. Love him as Mad Eye Moody.
Oh yeah,
Freaking legendary guy.
yeah, he's amazing.
Not only is he amazing, his son is a really good actor too.
Oh, who's his son again?
Domhnall Gleeson.
Ah, yeah, that's right. He's really good too.
yeah,
Yeah,
very good. Very good in Ex Machina. Good in Star Wars as like one of the fucking
right.
Empire dudes.
Right. He was in a Reverend. Was that the other Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
Revenant.
Revenant, yeah.
The friggin' oh my
Bear
god.
attack movie.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. The Iñárritu movie.
Oh yeah. He's really
Yeah.
good. Um,
Also, like they get past him, right?
and Hannah
Frank
won't
lets
let
them
them
pass,
in. Yeah.
and Hannah won't let them in, and then finally, we hear the whole "Where's Dad" thing, and now we've established their sort of relationship, and then she finally does let them in.
Yeah. Probably my only acting critique. I don't know if I love Hannah's acting in this movie. I don't know. I don't know what the actor's name is.
Her name is Megan Burns.
Just kind of a flat performance. I felt for a lot of it. Just like I don't
She's,
know.
I mean, I don't know, like
She's kind of like believable
I
as a
think
person, but
immediately,
also
like,
just kind of like
the way that Frank is so excited to have guests, and she seems very reserved.
yeah.
I love that the kid is the one who's maybe a little bit more jaded or
I like
like
her
less trusting.
character concept. I just feel like sometimes when I want her to deliver more on her lines, they're like still pretty flat.
Yeah, I wonder how young she was when she shot this. I didn't really have any problem with it. It didn't
Cool.
it didn't stand out to me,
Cool.
But yeah, they break out the creme de menthe, which is
yeah,
fucking hilarious.
Mom's creme de menthe.
Mom's creme de menthe,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think at some point it's a celebration or some shit like that.
Yeah, they're just just survivors.
And they're using like a car battery to power the lights and stuff.
Yeah, very cool. I love the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer playing as the little Christmas lights jingle in the background, and it's just like such a interesting, weird scene of like just barely surviving this horror into this kind of like cheery, like Christmas. Let's have drinks.
Yeah. This definitely feels like a big stage of Jim's like metamorphosis as well, because we see him shaving in the candlelight.
Yeah.
And when he comes out of the bathroom, he's also like cut his hair
Yeah.
so that it's all like the same, and it does feel kind of like he's taking a step towards like acclimating,
Yeah, he's hardening himself. He's kind of trying to come to terms with it. He's taking it well. You gotta say, all things
Yeah.
considered, discovering this all in 2 days, he's doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, you're in like survival mode, kind of like go, go, go.
Yeah.
I think.
Absolutely. Shaving without cream. Ouch. He has cuts all over his face. And I do that sometimes, and it's not that bad, but I think usually I have like just like stubble left when I do that. If you're trying to do it with a full on beard, it's probably pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't really shave. Well, I do, but I have like an electric clipper
Sure,
thing, and I
sure.
just use that. And I never really like shave all the way down. I hate shaving. I'm so glad I can grow like a full beard, because like I was talking to someone once, and I was like, so like it grows in patchy, and they're like, yeah. And I was like, so do you like how like do you have to shave like every day? And they're like pretty much like every other day because it looks bad. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
My grandfather shaved twice a day. What a hairy
It
motherfucker.
does suck. I mean, I'll often do a little trim in the morning, just to, like get that neck area, cleaned up.
No, I don't know. Don't like shaving. Don't like doing it. That's also why usually I just like let my hair grow out for a really long time, and I'll just get like a buzz cut, because I don't really like people go and get haircuts like every
Week or two, yeah.
Yeah, like I think for guys like a typical thing is like every month or something, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
no thank you.
Yeah, I went to school with a guy who went every 2 weeks.
No thank you.
Yeah, I love Frank coming up here, and he's kind of like checking in on him, asking if him and Selena are together, because he like has one extra room, and he's like, oh no, it's fine, I'll take the couch. Frank is so nice. Gotta love Frank. So,
Frank's a nice guy.
so
Frank's a nice guy.
sincere.
I do love the imagery of the fish stuck in a tank,
Yeah.
just like they are.
yeah.
And then they have this exchange where they say very spruce, very shredded.
Oh yeah.
She's like talking about, I think, his like look, like his, new look.
cut. Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah. and
I
this-
never heard spruce as like that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
I imagine shredded means like he
Oh.
shred his face up.
Oh yeah, he shredded the shit out of himself.
And then I think is this where Selena's like, I think they need us more than we need them.
Yeah, she has doubts about them. She says they're desperate.
And Jim's like, I think they're good people.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's nice. You should be more concerned whether they're gonna slow you down.
Yeah. Brutal, but I get it.
Yeah. Jim is really taking the moral high ground. He's like, I'm not gonna leave them behind. And Selena's like, all right, then you're gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah, and Selena would leave him behind. And then Jim tries to thank her on her way out. And he's like, you think I don't get it? I
But I
do
get
get
it,
it. Like, I'd be dead if it weren't for you. And she's just like, sure.
Yeah, I think he says, I mean, thank you. And she says, and I mean, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get some more cool wide shots of the city.
Mm-hmm.
We see this like rain catch system, the rainwater catch system. They
Very
have
fun. All these buckets
yeah,
on the roof.
they're all empty though because it hasn't rained in 10 days.
Yeah, I love his whole thing. It's just like you wouldn't think it, not in bloody England or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Needing rain so badly, not in fucking England.
Yeah.
And then he says, you know, we can't stay here. So it's established that they got to get out, you know?
Yep. And then I think we get right into the radio call
Yep.
with the report.
27 miles north of Manchester.
The answer to infection is here. What was it? Blockade 42 or something like that. Comes up again later.
Yeah, I can't remember what the particular number is. Yeah. And then I think he says it would take us 2 to 3 days to get there, and Selena's like, "We?"
Yeah. And Frank admits that he heard them through the walls last night.
I love that too.
Yeah. Feels realistic.
Yeah, and how he's like, sound carries. Yeah, you're right. We do need you more than you need us.
And
Selena doesn't really want to go. She's like, the soldiers might be dead. You know, like she seems very hesitant. But everyone else is like, we want to go.
yeah. And it's Hannah who basically like seals the conversation by being like, we need each other.
Yeah.
Like we can't do this alone.
Yeah. And then I guess Frank was a cab driver because this is like
this is fun, yeah.
And I love him pulling up. This is like a sort of like little fun part, and he does this whole like, you know, I don't take checks or credit
Starts
cards.
the pedometer, yeah.
And that's like that feels so old, you know?
Yeah, I love it.
Like the fact that he doesn't take any checks or credit cards. I remember when I started like going out to bars and I would take like cabs home sometimes. It was like they had a card machine on the back of the cabs. This is before Uber because that's how old I am. And like I remember so many times I'd be like, oh, I want to pay with a card. And the guy would be like, nope, doesn't work. Sorry, cash. And I'd be like, I don't have any cash, man. And he'd be like, sorry, nope. And then like, this one time, like the guy kept saying that. And I was like, dude, I literally don't have any cash. And he was like, fine. And then like finally let me use it. And I was like, oh, so it did work. You just wanted me to give you cash.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't have to, you have to pay transaction fees on credit cards and like, you have to pay taxes on it, where if you just get cash, you don't have to necessarily report it, you know?
Damn, bro. Brutal.
Yeah. But it was pretty funny, though. I was like, okay, I see your hustle. I see your hustle.
Checks out.
Hey, I mean, we're all trying to survive here, you know?
On that grind. Speaking of being on a grind, they're about to grind up through this tunnel.
I do love the shots of them driving through the city.
Yeah.
And, like, Jim staring at the city with the reflection of the shambles of the city in the windows. As we see like Jim like staring out.
Yeah.
Love that. A good like
Looks
just like
of
Train to Busan
was
type
making
shot.
me think of Train to Busan as well.
And Frank is asking, should we take the direct or indirect route?
Yeah, and I love there's like this operatic music here that's like just kind of soaring through. This movie just has such a like vibe. I think that's part of what really elevates it for me is the music and like all the artistic aspects of it just like make it something more than just what's being shown on the screen. It's like the sum of all its parts and the vibe and the feeling of it.
Yeah, for sure. I also like the choice of direct or indirect.
Yeah.
Selena is like, go through the tunnel. And Jim is like, no, take the indirect route through the sun. And that like really kind of shows like where Selena's like, let's get it done. Let's go. And Jim's like, I'm scared of the dark. Please drive to the sun.
Yeah, I kind of get where Jim's coming from.
No, I get where he's coming from for sure. I totally get where he's coming from. Like, it just feels so much safer. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go in that big, dark, scary place.
Yeah, that seems like a big, dark, scary place.
It seems like a big, dark, scary
And
place.
it
It
is.
is low-key
It
kind of big, dark,
is.
and scary.
A huge car pile. Wild choice to just drive over this thing. Like,
Yeah.
I would be worried about my tires as they should have been.
Yeah,
Like,
he drives like so crazily over the blockade. And then I
I-
love them all laughing
yes.
too.
Well, some of them, I think, in the back, they're like screaming more, and then it turns into
Yeah.
laughter from the screams. It's just like
It's a
such
good release of tension.
heartwarming moment, and just it's one of the huge themes of this movie is that life is still worth living, even in this absolute nightmare world.
Yeah, and what is insane is that he's like, world's worst place to get a flat. And then they go to fucking change the tire. And it is such an awesome
love
moment.
this,
I
yeah.
love how like she's just trying to do it as quickly like
The
as
rats
possible.
run through, so they're like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" And then it's like,
Snowpiercer.
yeah, absolutely. And it's like, oh, well, they're running from something. And yeah, here comes all the zombies, and I love that you just see like the shadows of them against the wall before
Yeah.
you actually see them run down the tunnel. It's so cool how it keeps cutting to them like sprinting across the different cars that are piled up and stuff while they're panicking to get the wheel on.
Well, they've like the rats kind of like they look like the rats like storming over, right? And everyone's like holding the car up, like Hannah's like rushing to fix the flat. The tension of this is so well
It's
done.
perfect.
And then
yeah.
the Frank drive, like, and you see there's the one red shot of the eyes of the infected.
Well, yeah, you got the brake lights
Yeah,
like
it's so
shining on it
fucking
right
good.
when it hits the back of the car. I love it.
Yeah.
And then just another huge tension release. They stop at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And they play this super fun song. I forget the
Granddaddy,
artist.
it's AM 180.
I really like this track.
Yeah, we played a cover show for Halloween last year and we were Linkin Park, but one of the bands was Granddaddy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, Granddaddy's a cool band. Highly recommend checking them out. Very fun.
Yeah, it's just this is such a good vibe moment in this movie.
I started making this song would come on at work, and I started making this joke with my buddy Christian all the time. I'd be like, "This is my favorite Weezer song," because I originally thought it was a Weezer song
That's funny.
for so long. But yeah, Granddaddy.
Yeah.
I think Granddaddy might have been in town a little bit ago.
I saw, someone going to a Granddaddy show. I think my sister might have gone, actually, now that you mention it. Dang.
Doon, 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 doon. And they played that song. They played that song at the cover show.
I love that track. I love how it sounds like a little like almost a toy box or something.
Yeah, it's
so
really cool.
Yeah, this is such a fun scene. The radiated apples with Frank and everyone just kind of like,
Yeah,
being
because all of
friendly.
the fruit is like rotting,
Except
but
this
then
one
the apples, yeah.
radiated. And I love the moment of Jim picking out the scotch bottle and Frank being like, "No, you can't just get any shite."
Yeah.
Like gets
He's
into.
like, you gotta get the good stuff.
Yeah.
Takes out the fire, but leaves the warmth. And I love how he starts with one, then grabs two,
And then
three,
3,
four.
4. Yeah.
And then Selena and Hannah like giggling together.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
I feel like that's the thing about Hannah. She like, if you want a level of criticism, it is kind of like a character designed to be like a catalyst
for the other characters.
Selena, right?
Yeah. I can see that.
And I love Frank just leaving his credit card.
Yeah. So
It's
good.
so good. He's one of my favorite characters in
Oh
this
yeah,
movie. He's just
Frank
such a fun guy.
rocks.
He's like the kind of guy you brings a little bit of levity, but like can hold his own, you know?
Yeah, well, he's so important to the themes of the story in that he was able to hold on to his humanity throughout these 28 days later, 28 days, and Selena realizes that it's his relationship with Hannah and like the love that they share that kept him kept his humanity going.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. As the car is leaving, we see the trunk is like open, like full of shit. I love
Yeah.
that.
And then this is such a weird shot. I've never really known what this is here, where
It's
they're
like
driving
an
in by.
impressionistic shot of the flowers
Yeah.
with the car driving past
that
in the
like-
background.
Is that like a filter? What is that?
I think it might just be that the camera's like so close to it that you're like starting to like see like feels almost like pixelated or something.
It looks like a painting.
yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it feels like Pontilism kind of. Like I
Mm.
said, very like sort of like impressionistic, a little bit like Seurat,
And
Afternoon on the Grand Jatte.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And you just get this little descending piano happy like do 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 do.
Also want to point out they're driving from right to left. This is backwards in a traditional narrative sense.
Oh yeah, you
This is
mentioned
a commentary
that before.
on how they're all trying to capture the chill times of before.
Wow.
And they're like trying to cling to a part of society that is like
Damn.
kind of gone.
You just blew my mind. That makes so much sense. I love
Yep,
that.
dude.
That's really good.
Yep.
Yeah. Because, they're always like driving towards the camera too when it does show them from the front.
Yeah, for this part specifically, it just felt like it's sort
Right
of
to
like
left.
a low key sort of like, and then where they end up
Omen.
eventually going is kind of like a step backwards in a way.
It's the next step, but it's a corrupt step, basically.
Well, they just don't realize that they're going right into the arms of like someone who would look to fucking like use them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they want to make them sex slaves
Yeah.
essentially. God, that's so fucked up, dude.
It's really fucking dark.
So fucked up.
It's really dark.
And the most fucked up part is the way that like when friggin' when Christopher Eccleston is tells him like, I promised them women, the way he delivers that line.
Dude, I love that actor.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, he's so good.
He sounds like he's from the north.
He's such a good villain in this too, the character, the way it's written, just because he's so charming and like kind and like
Yeah, no.
he never really gets his hands bloody until the end. You know, he's just like
No, he's a horrible person, but there's this thing where you're like, I can see like it,
yeah,
like
I can
I
see
would
how
I
you
would
got there.
I would never like it's so gross and disgusting, but like, and I could never see myself like, you know, I like that the one soldier who we'll see. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get into it when we
Yeah,
get into
yeah.
it, but it is fucked up.
Yeah, it's really good.
So we see them pulling into a gas station, and it looks like they're like, we got to do this now, or we're walking because they got to get more gas.
Yeah, and I love the old school classic siphoning the gas with your mouth and just having to spit it all out. So gnarly.
We were talking about this at work yesterday, randomly, and one of my coworkers, Brent, consequently big movie guy too. He was talking about how he was in Alaska. Dude, this guy is so wild. He's lived so many lives. This is what I said to him when he told me this. But they were in this like truck driving in Alaska, and like it broke down, and they needed like to get the gas because they were in the middle of nowhere. So they siphoned all the like. He was like, I've done that before.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I was like, that's wild,
That
dude.
is
That's
wild.
crazy, man. What a life.
Yeah, for real.
Um,
Jim wants a cheeseburger.
I want a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I this is an interesting moment for Jim. I feel like this is him being like, I can't just rely on these people to do everything for me. I need to start being able to face the dark corners and the dark tunnels or whatever.
Yeah, because they were like, we have enough food, and he's like, we don't have cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Fucking funny, dude. And what did he fucking says to Selena, going on holiday with your fucking aunt. It's so fun, like kind of like
Yeah,
saying I get it where you're just like, come on, don't like fucking try to like be my mom. You're not my mom. Like
Yeah, I think
I can
that's
do
what he's-
whatever I want.
I think that's what he's feeling from the whole group is that everyone just sees him as the newborn baby and through this world and he doesn't know what he's doing.
And so he acts a little bit like a brat.
Yeah.
Which is great.
yeah. And then this whole tense moment of him looking around. There's the dead bodies everywhere.
Was there like a dead kid holding a doll too, I think?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
And then he does his signature line. He does his signature line.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my god. Do you think George Lucas watched this movie and was like, and that's how he got the idea for the hello there?
The Obi-Wan, yeah, iconic, you know.
It's got to be, right?
Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Standing on the shoulders of giants, indeed. Yes. Yeah, I definitely think like Danny Boyle is the giant that George Lucas stood on the shoulders of. I mean, dude. Oh, I mean, I'll say it right now, dude. Danny Boyle as like a director. I definitely think he has a lot more interesting things to say than George Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I guess it just comes down to, director versus like world builder, right? Like
As a director,
yeah, director.
as a
solely.
director, I think Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
I like him more than George Lucas. But
yeah,
as
me
yeah,
too.
I mean,
Me
George
too.
Lucas does a great job of like he has taken all these different inspirations, like Japanese film
Yeah.
and like legend, like old legends, the hero's journey, and
Hero's
put them
journey.
together into this awesome fucking like world that we all want to like be in, right? Like
Yeah.
it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we see that a zombie kid comes at him
Yeah.
and it says, "I hate you."
Yeah.
This is the disturbing part about these zombies. That they are what I was saying about before. This is actually still kind of the person who you knew. Like if you could find a way to cure them, you could get them back, right? They're not dead and rising
So,
back, right?
I think that's meant to be more
Like,
of a
he hears it?
psychological
Yeah.
thing because it's not the zombie actually saying it if you watch its mouth, and I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
I think if you have subtitles on, it's there, but I didn't even notice it for a while, and then once I started noticing, it's really just kind of layered into the mix.
No,
of the
for sure.
zombie
I do
screaming.
think you're right. I think it's him like interpreting the sounds in like a way that makes sense to him.
Yeah.
It's funny how this time you're the one who's like essentially being like, can't trust everything you see, Alfredo. I'm usually the one saying that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look-
But a good use of like film as medium in that moment,
Yeah, well, it's one I've like seen a bunch of times, and I've like thought about like what
This
is
part
that?
is also like like a sort of apotheosis of some sort, or like like another step in the
Another step.
metamorphosis, because like he just the way he like kind of nonchalantly kills the kid.
Yeah,
I was kind of struck by.
I think it might be the only infected he kills in the movie too, which is wild to think about.
Yeah, it might be. No, that is really wild. It is really wild.
And yeah, the fact that it's a child, the fact that he has to deal with that. I like his reaction when he comes out of the gas
And they're like,
station.
find anything?
And yeah,
No.
and he's just like, shit. He's like almost like a kid again. Doesn't want to get scolded for like bringing it up, but also is just traumatic, and he doesn't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, I think it kind of added to me to the nonchalant vibe where they just like find anything. Nope.
I took that as like him struggling with it, the way he was like not making eye contact with Selena and stuff, and kind of turning away. I think he's never had to smash someone's head in before, you know? Like it was
What
brutal.
a fucking coward, dude. Everyone comes to a point in their life where you got to smash someone's head in.
Yep, and this is one of those times, Jim. Batter up.
They're ready to take off. They got a can of gas. Frank, like Hannah's like sitting behind the steering wheel, like she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna drive," and Frank's like, "Out."
Yeah, nice moment between them.
Good little father-daughter moment.
Yeah, where he scolds her because she pulls up like a crazy lady, and then he kind of smiles
Yeah.
after she walks away. You know, classic good dad stuff.
Awesome wide shot of these windmills and like
Yeah.
the windmills and these this like super empty highway.
Yeah, beautiful shots of the road. I love them like pulling up on the ruins,
Very cool.
and then they have a little picnic. This is
Yeah.
again, there's so many just like moments of life, really living life, and I think that's another thing that elevates it so much.
I
for
mean, you
this
gotta
movie.
keep
You know,
living, right?
Like I could see people saying, well, like, you know, something like Shaun of the Dead is better pacing and stuff, but it's like, to me, this is
something that you, if done incorrectly, you hate.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
where it detracts from the watching experience.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see like this is a good example of like downtime.
Yeah, because it's so much about these relationships and these people and them appreciating life. Like the arcs aren't complete without this part.
You know what it feels like? It feels like a well-constructed TTRPG session.
Yeah.
I'm not even
I
joking.
can
Like
see what
you
you
like
mean.
you have like this like downtime, you have like combat, and you also have like RP encounters
Yeah.
with people. Like
Yeah.
a lot of I think that I'm saying that because like those are elements of like good storytelling as well,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Well,
yeah, but the
it keeps you on
variety
your
and
toes,
the
yeah.
way that it's like laid out is really good.
absolutely.
I also like the line, "The raisins are still moist."
Yeah, and then him having to repeat it with his mouth full. Very funny.
Then we see all the horses running.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
And I mean, it's kind of like a really great, just like classic imagery of like freedom.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, Frank just like.
Well, they
like,
asked, "Do you think they're infected?"
Yeah, and he's like, no, they're doing just fine.
They really are, dude. They're
They
having
are.
a good time.
Well, it also ties into another theme of the movie, which is talked about later by the sergeant. I forget his name, where he's talking about like to an extent, if all the humans are wiped out.
Major Henry West.
No, the sergeant, the one who defends them.
Oh yeah, Sergeant Farrell.
Farrell, that was his name.
Wait, the one who defends them?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
think you might be right. It might be Farrell. Because Mitchell is the huge jerk, and
Yes,
Jones
yes.
is the cook and stuff. So yeah, so yeah, I think Sergeant Farrell's talking about though, just like if all the humans are wiped out, this is a return to normality to an extent, and it's like there's kind of this more meta commentary here on just like the violence of humans destroying itself and how the world will go on beyond us if we don't fix this.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. I like that character a lot. Like I love that there was enough thought to be like, no, we should have one guy who's like, this is like morally bankrupt. I can't do this.
Yeah, great stuff. Yeah.
Really good stuff.
I love
Know what I was thinking?
yeah, this whole moment with Selena and Jim talking. And
Art is done.
it's like beautiful writing here. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that thing. Art is done. That's what she thinks that he was gonna say.
Yeah, like you'll never see a new movie. You'll never,
Yeah.
all these things. And it's like, no, that's what you were thinking. And then her going into what I was thinking is I was wrong about staying alive being as good as it gets. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Doesn't mean anything. All the death, all the shit doesn't mean anything to Frank and Hannah because she's got a dad and he's got a daughter, which is so like the placement of this is just like, okay, like if you've seen the movie or just are kind of savvy, you're like, Frank's gonna die, Hannah's gonna die, like one of them's gonna die in the next scene.
right. Yeah, and then the cute line, "You stole my thought," and then she kisses him and she apologizes. He's like, "You can keep it." Just
Very cute.
really good
Yeah.
writing. I like it a lot.
I like it as well. They end up staying there.
Yep.
We see there's the fire burning. Hannah can't sleep. Jim can't sleep either. He says he feels weird. I think
Oh, they're nervous because they're out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would be nervous.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't know
for
what's
sure.
gonna run up on you. I'd have a guard. Want someone who stays up and takes shifts.
Yeah, but this is also fun. Like, I love how they're like, how is Selena sleeping so well?
Yeah.
She's like, and this is where we get, oh, I'm a chemist.
Yeah. Or she said she's certified as a chemist. I think, which
Yeah.
is like is.
She's a pharmacist.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
what that means.
Oh,
like,
okay. Cool.
in England,
Gotcha.
you go to the chemist to go get your like that's the drugstore.
Oh, I didn't understand that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she's a pharmacist.
Gotcha,
Essentially,
gotcha,
that's
gotcha.
why she has like all these pills. And I love that she's like, yeah, I'm a chemist, and I took Valium. And then Jim takes 2, and then we see like Frank kind of being like, okay, fine, you can let her take 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah,
you're a big softy,
you're a
Frank.
big softy, Frank.
Very cute. I love how quickly, like, it feels natural, but like
Mhm.
still so wild how quickly Selena is like softening, and like how quickly she's settling into this sort of
Yeah.
like group dynamic,
Yeah, it's so interesting to me. Just we have no idea what Selena's been through these last 28 days. We don't know how, because there's lines like nobody ever comes back. How many other people were with them? Like how many people? Like what was this group? And so maybe it's just been like death after death after death after
God,
death.
how
and then-
did Selena and Mark like end up together too?
Yeah.
That's wild to think about.
Yeah, all of it.
This next part is great too. I love that, like, again, this movie is so like very like
Moody.
no. This movie is so I don't want to say grounded, but it's like there's not like it's just like the way that it's shot feels very like this, like, again, like me saying, like, what you see is like what's happening.
Yeah.
But there are these artsy moments with the flowers, with the like sound mix of like I hate you, and then this part with the dream.
Yeah.
Jim like wakes up suddenly and he's alone, and this is so great. His dream isn't like his nightmare isn't that he's being overrun by infected.
Just alone.
It's that he's been abandoned,
Yeah.
calling out for everyone,
Hello.
And there's like sheep gathering, like
that shot of the herd.
Yeah, it's fucking
really
sick.
cool. It's very dreamlike.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it, but
town of sheep, baby.
it's just very unsettling, and it
Yeah.
seems like the type of thing that you would irrationally be afraid of in a dream that would just wake you up. You're like, what the fuck? Why was I scared of that?
Yeah, I love Frank is like, it's a dream, like, he's trying to calm him down, you're having a bad dream, that's all. And he says, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
'Cause he's like half awake,
Yeah.
It's very cute.
This is their new family.
Yeah, but also like there's a little bit like of sadness there, because
yeah.
it's like
He's
in that
saying it
moment he's not like
subconsciously.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very cute though. Also, his parents seem so sweet and cute in the like
Yeah.
home video, and I love that. I love that, like, I don't know, like it's very simple writing. Like, okay, like he had a good family life, like easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? But yeah, I just like how
Well, it's such an easy way to make character growth and drama for your main character if they've had a rough upbringing or something along
Yeah.
those lines. So it's pretty common that you're gonna have a
Yeah,
hero
yeah,
who
for
had
sure.
like
not just that, but I mean, like, dude, I mean, it might be the industry that I work in, it might just be the reality of the world, but so many people I talk to, dude, they're like, that's so nice you have a good relationship with your family. Like,
Oh, sure,
people
yeah,
who
yeah.
don't get along with their siblings, people who hate seeing their parents. A lot of people, like, their parents are very conservative or like very religious, very restrictive in their views, and yeah, that's rough. So it's always so nice when I meet other people or when I see like good family things,
Yeah.
because like, I don't know, because when people are like, oh man, that's so nice that you have a good relationship with your family, I hate my family, I'm like, I'm sorry. Do you want to come over for Christmas dinner?
The biggest table you could ever eat at.
Yeah, bro,
Over at
you've seen
Freda's
us
house.
expand that thing
Oh, yeah.
before, dude. It
Oh,
gets
yeah.
big as fuck.
Hell yeah.
You remember my 29th birthday?
Yeah.
I made like fucking a dozen pizzas.
Yeah, Alfredo used to make well, you had your own pizza business. I don't know if you ever put the LLC on there, but you were like
No LLC, but yeah, my ex and I we made a bunch of pizza, but I was mostly
Really
in
good
charge of
pizza.
like the dough and stuff. Yeah, I gotta bring it back. Like you said, my life's a mess. Once I figure it out, we'll get pizza back on the
okay,
table.
one step at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love the horn waking him up. He wakes up the exact same way he woke up in the dream, but now like they're there with him. I love that Selena.
but again, they're all like, I think, in the car,
Yeah,
right?
they're
Like,
already ready to
They're all
go.
waiting for him.
I love that Selena's like, "Come on, Babe Ruth." With
Yeah,
his
because he has
baseball.
like a bat. Yeah.
I love that. Missed breakfast. I love the moment, just like close the door. It's such a small thing, but
Yeah.
like just feels like such a
I do love. He says, "Oh no, did I miss breakfast?" And then He says something like, "Do you have a fry up?" And then he says, "We'll stop at a pub along the way." Like this, I like the like little playfulness
Yeah.
of like, oh, let's pretend like things are normal
Exactly.
because it's funny, but it's also like so relatable.
Heart wrenching
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. Yeah, you get some really nice uplifting music here as well as they're driving.
So more of these great wide shots
This
of like,
is kind of the last. This is the calm before the storm, I would say,
Yeah.
officially. Like it's almost like the dream was like the like this omen of what's to come.
yeah. And then they're listening to that radio message again in the car. I love how you can see the pile of chips, or as they would say in the UK, crisps,
Yep.
in the boot of the car while they're Hannah and Selena are playing cards.
Yeah. Very
And
cute.
I love again how quickly Selena is like back to like
warming up.
yeah,
Yeah.
just being like she's laughing like more so than Jim. Like I feel like at this point,
Yeah, she's. It's almost like Selena just like lost so much she has nothing left to lose, and that's like, now that she's getting warmed up again, it's just like, what does she
Yeah.
have to cry about?
yeah. And we have Frank saying because they see he sees we don't see it quite yet. We see him saying must be Manchester, and then cuts to a
Yeah.
shot of the whole city.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were no fire crews to put it out, so it seems like a fire has been like because the camera slowly tilts up to reveal the
Yeah.
fire burning across
Looks
the city.
really good. Too.
Very cool. Also, just like a cool idea.
Yeah, I think the low resolution also just like makes it look super real. Like it almost looks like the entire city's on fire practically. Like I
It
don't
looks
know.
like it could have been news footage from this
Yeah.
time or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you're right. Yeah, they're holding. We hold on the sign, South Manchester, 40-second blockade sign.
Hell yeah. And this part, the shots really stood out.
Sorry,
to
I thought I heard my cat for a second.
Oh, it's all good.
It's like a mom, like
yeah,
like-
I do the same.
beans. Sorry, go ahead.
Just the shots as they arrive here, I think are extremely tasteful. They're very like unsettling. It's super empty, but it's all like weird angles of it being empty, like from above, like almost like someone's watching you maybe. And there's a shot like from behind the pipes, like above them at a weird angle and stuff. And it just like really stood out to me. It's like, damn, the camera work is so cool.
Yeah, this part. Yeah, this place looks so strange. Like
Yeah.
it's like there's just a bunch of like cars
We
around
never
and
really
stuff.
get a big establishing
No,
shot
no,
of
no,
it.
no.
It was just like little corners and nooks of it.
Also, the whole like sort of thing where like Selena's immediately like, I don't like it. We should go. And Frank is like, no, the cars are gonna have stuff that we can take.
It feels claustrophobic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she's like, and her saying that we have to go.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time we see him get kind of like,
Go
Well-
fucking where?
Yeah, exactly,
I
like,
love the way he
yeah.
blows up here. It's so
and he storms off.
and it's his rage that gets him, bro. That's the sad thing. Connects to all the themes.
But it's not
too.
just his rage. It's him trying. In that moment, he's trying to calm himself down. Like
Yeah.
you can see from his
Yeah.
performance that he's crossed the line. He's like, okay, man, just need to chill out. Just need
Right.
to like recontextualize.
But it's getting mocked by the crow on top
Yeah.
of the body that pushes him over the line. He's
Yeah.
just like, fuck you, fuck this
That's
world.
so fucking funny, dude. He tries to kick the door to make it leave, and then it drips blood into his eye. Great imagery with like, is it a crow or a raven? Like those
Yeah.
black birds, like
Yeah.
of the Corvus variety,
Yeah.
are there's so much imagery about death, about mystery, about the unknown, about
Yeah. How did that body get up there too? Is that just like a part of the perimeter? Like I wasn't sure.
I didn't see the body. Like I don't know. It's so like the shots are so like the composition of the
it's-
shots are so weird.
It's such an interesting, weird scene. that
Just,
it's
I
hard
would just
to-
figure it had like a piece of flesh in its mouth
No, it
that
was
had
a
been
full
picking it.
body draped over.
Oh.
It was standing on. Yeah.
Yeah, wild.
Um.
Yeah, and then-
this part, man. Is,
He immediately knows, right?
Yeah.
Like he knows. He's like,
I'm sorry, I lost my temper. He's
Yeah.
talking to Hannah.
I love you very much. Keep away from me.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
such a hard scene to watch. And the music coming in, it's just like, again, it's just all the pieces coming together to make this just like symphony of emotion during this scene.
And this is such a pivotal moment for Jim as well, because like Selena's like, Jim, kill him, as she's holding Hannah back, and like Jim goes to attack, but like hesitates, I think, and then like the soldiers shoot Frank,
Yeah, got there just too late.
and they tell him keep away from the body.
Yeah.
We see the taxi driving down the road. Again, one of these wide shots, escorted by the military vehicles. We hear them saying, 3 survivors, 1 male, 2 female. And I always love it in like British movies, put the kettle on. Put the kettle on. You're in a new spot. Put the kettle on. Have a cuppa. You know.
Yeah. Does he say put the kettle on?
He does. He says put the kettle on
that's
when they
so
pull
good.
up.
I just noticed, a lot of foreshadowing this time around, and like you got your big villain here, Mitchell is the one who's making the call in, and he's already just like kind of giving some like weird, creepy glances to Selena. Like this guy is all bad news. Like every time he's on screen, and some of the other soldiers in the background and stuff. There's little subtle hints with that too.
Yeah, for sure. Ugh.
It's a bad time.
Yeah, it's fucked up. So Selena, Jim, and Hannah pull up to Christopher Eccleston,
And
Major Henry West.
I gotta say the mansion they got for this place are fucking amazing.
Yeah, it looks
it's
sick.
such a final cool showdown location.
It reminds me a lot of. Have you ever seen they made an American version, but have you ever seen the show Ghosts?
No.
Yeah, it reminds me of the house in like Ghosts. Actually, it reminds me of so many different houses. It reminds me of like the house in Peaky Blinders too.
Oh yeah, actually that's a good
like
point.
the big one that they get. But I think
Speaking
that's
of
also
Killing
just like
Murphy.
an English thing. Like that's how the like country estates look. You know,
It's pretty awesome.
it looks
I'm
pretty dope. Yeah.
impressed. Yeah, Major Henry West. He all white tooth smiles. He's very pleasant. He's accommodating. He takes him inside and
Well,
like,
he tells them beds with clean sheets and a boiler that produces hot water.
sounds like a good deal to me.
And everyone gets to take a shower.
Sounds like a good deal to
And
me.
everyone gets excited.
Yeah, I would too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Get a second shot of fucking Cillian Murphy's ass.
That's right. But right before this, just again the foreshadowing. Like they walk off screen, and it's just hanging on two soldiers standing there, giving them kind of like suggestive, like smiling,
staring after them.
Yeah, it's unsettling, and the way it hangs on it, it's just like a lot of nice, visual storytelling here on where this is all building to.
Yeah.
And just like, as a first time watcher, you're going to be like, well, are they trying to throw me off? Like, is something like suspicious happening here?
There's also
Like, is
kinda
it
like-
just tense?
In
Like-
this next scene where Jim is showering and we see his butt, then like we see the soldiers playing with Frank's car.
yeah, there's kind
And
of
you're
like,
just like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
That leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
yeah, there's something. Well, it shows they're reckless. It shows
Well, they're driving
full
around the
of,
cook, Jones, right?
Yeah.
He's got all these groceries and he's like, dude, I got loads of, come on,
they're
stop
playing
fucking with me.
it.
I gotta cook.
But you could also like first time watching it, just be
Yes.
like, oh well, they're just playful.
Yeah,
like we
whatever,
saw
yeah.
our people having fun
But
throughout
the
the
way that
movies.
they like have taken something that is not theirs
Mhm.
and using it in that way.
And from the audience perspective, subconsciously, you're like, hey, that's our like good friend Frank's car. You
yeah, he
motherfucker."
just died,
He-
dude. Like,
show
please
some
be
respect.
respectful. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
And then Jim asks Selena how Hannah is, and this part is amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Like, she's lost her dad, Jim. That's how she is.
yeah.
And he says Hannah will cope. This is amazing. Such
Yeah.
a flip. And Selena says she doesn't want her to cope. She wants her to be okay. When she had her dad, it was okay. Now it's all fucked.
Yeah.
They
Really
start
good scene.
kissing.
They start kissing. He kisses her. She kisses him, and then she kind of abruptly just like leaves.
So interesting.
It's so real to me. Like so many fucking heated emotions. Her immediately just putting up that wall again and feeling like conflicted but also vulnerable. Like it's such good human writing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, really good. Really good. I think honestly, Selena might be maybe like the strongest character for me. Like just I love Jim. I love them both. They're both great.
Yeah,
I think
I would say they're both, like-
together they work so good. Like
yeah,
they don't work
they
one without
complement
the
each other. Yeah.
But I just love like it's just so like we always see the Jim arc.
Mm-hmm.
We don't always see the Jim arc, but we usually see the Jim arc. The Selena arc is like
Yeah, the
something that-
redemption arc, right?
it-
Yeah.
yeah, but again, like kind of like realizing that like if we survive without our humanity, like have we survived?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
I love that.
Me too.
I love that vibe. We see Major Henry West. He's alone in the backyard. Like, and then Jim
great,
comes up.
Great, like again, just all of the choices for where they're shooting and just the visuals of it. Him just sitting in his golden chair on the patio, like it's just such
Yeah.
a vibe, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And he asks him, so you heard our message, and Jim says yes. And then he immediately says, so you're disappointed in us then?
Yeah.
And
You were expecting the answer to infection.
yeah.
And he
Because
basically
it's like one of those things where like Jim starts saying, we're just hoping for the answer, and he says answer to infection. Like he
Yeah.
knows already what he's thinking. And then he says the answer is here. it's not quite what you imagine.
But there's a future here basically. And
Yeah.
also he foreshadows I noticed this time of after the bombing, or not the bombing, the burning of the
fire,
city, all of the infected have scattered to
Yeah.
the countryside. So they're actually, he says, teeming in the surrounding area. So I love that.
Yeah.
Just putting that in place, like, oh, just so you know, we're completely surrounded.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Don't worry, you're quite safe here.
You're quite well, and then he goes into all the security stuff, which is also just setting up so much tension of like, and especially as a second time or third time or however many times of just being like, damn, dude, Jim has to get through all this shit to kick their ass. That's fucking awesome.
It's great. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, flat terrain around the house, floodlights rigged to a generator, high perimeter wall, lacing the ground with tripwires and landmines,
Yeah.
and some. You see some of the troops on their bellies, like watching the perimeter, you know, from
Yeah.
afar.
Yeah, and they're kind of laughing back and forth. They do a really good job with these kind of like, they're very testosterone fueled soldiers who are ready to kill shit at any moment, but they also like, they give a good vibe that I feel like they're real playful people that are like, you know, trying to make the best of an apocalypse.
Yeah.
No matter how, even though it gets so dark.
Yeah. And Wes says that secondary to protection, their real job is to rebuild. And he says how like, I love how he's like something so simple that he says like hot water is the first step towards civilization.
A cornerstone of society.
I love it. It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, they got the boiler. He shows them the kitchen. Just Jones is so excited for his surprise dinner. Jones is like such an interesting character because he's so innocent, but he's also like so complicit in what
This was
this
me
everything's doing.
in some of our in some of our Project Zomboid games. This is kind of me
Yeah,
because I got really into cooking at one
Yeah.
point. Because I remember I asked you, I was like, "Oh, how does it cooking?" And you're like, "I don't know. I've never done that
Engaged
before."
with it, yeah.
And I started cooking for everyone. It just like was so nice to have like a role to fill, you know, and to be like, "Look, I made you guys like a warm plate of food."
Right.
But the funny part is that then we would put it on the ground so somebody else could pick it up, which always felt. Despite I know it's a video game and the mechanics, there was something about that where I'm like, this is breaking my immersion. Just throwing a plate of food.
They fixed some stuff like that. You can actually like sit on couches now and like put food on
Damn.
tables and shit. Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of nice little quality
Gotta
of
play
life
some
stuff.
Boyd soon,
Yeah,
dude.
absolutely.
Boyd with the boys.
Yeah, and then the final stop of the tour I
Is
believe.
Mailer.
Mailer. This is such an interesting. I don't know. It's a very like evocative thing for me. Is them keeping this dude chained up in their yard and them studying him, because it kind of ties back to the beginning of the movie. To understand rage, you must study it or whatever.
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
you have to
I mean,
understand
that's
the
what they say
infection.
too. They're keeping him around to try and learn about the infection.
Yeah, and there's something that feels wrong about it, even though it feels like, I mean, that's like makes sense. Like that seems reasonable. Like it's a monster. You're in war. Like
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you know, I'll point to this too. It's a black actor in chains.
Yeah.
Like in this moment, I don't know if that was a specific
intentional.
choice,
It
but
feels like maybe, but,
when
I'm not
when
sure.
I see that, I definitely like.
Yeah.
I my stomach churns. I
Yeah,
feel, I
yeah.
have a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, and it feels so wrong, dude. Like
Yeah.
it feels. I mean, sure, they're like rage-filled, like, and they're gonna like try and get you, but like I don't know, like just
Yeah.
seems like so unnecessary. Like kill him, like release him from this like
yeah.
prison of rage.
Yeah, I mean, he makes a good point, right? He wants to know how long it takes them to starve.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still feels wrong. Which and I just like that the movie throws like something like that at me in a way that I don't know where it quite like
Well,
lands for
Do you-
me.
and do you remember this part where Jim asks, "What have they learned?" And he says, "In a way, he's telling me he'll never bake bread, farm crops, raise livestock. He's futureless. This is the Shaun of the Dead. Like, let's use them,
Yeah, exactly.
like as
yeah.
like menial workers, right?" And he's
Absolutely.
like, "Probably won't be able to do that with these guys."
Yep. And yeah, I think it's a nice way to cement that there's something dark at the core of both this place literally and also figuratively, right? Like there's something disturbing here. And I think the movie just does such a good job of just like I've said, just like all these little things that just like make you feel uncomfortable and tense, but you don't know quite why, right?
Yeah, and this part like really sort of ratchets up the like, weird feelings. You know, like
the dinner.
yeah. Do you know what like have you ever been like, you just like met someone at like I don't know like a concert or like a party,
Uh-huh.
and you're like hanging out with them, like talking to them, and then like you just get like this really bad feeling, and then like something happens and you're like, oh, this person, don't want to ever be around them again,
That,
right?
that
Like,
has happened to me before. Yeah, specifically, like I won't get into the details, but yeah, I had a very bad experience where I like shook a dude's hand, and I like got just like a bad feeling. And then later that night, I like heard he was like abusing the girls he was with, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell?
yeah,
That's so weird.
yeah, ugh, ugh.
Yeah, weird.
Very
Trust your
weird.
instincts, people.
Yeah, trust your instincts. Trust your instincts for sure. But don't be bigoted as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Hey,
we all have biases.
we all have biases.
Address
be aware
them.
of your biases.
Yeah,
But also trust your instincts.
yeah.
It's better to be alive and accused of being a racist than to be dead and an ally. No, I'm just joking.
That's our fourth tenant.
No. It's not a tenant. It's not a tenant, but yeah. So there's the dark hallway. We've got Major West walking down.
I love just like this ominous shot of just behind him as he's
Yeah.
walking down the hall, and you hear them singing the army song in the distance.
Yeah, they're all
like-
being a little rowdy.
Yeah,
Like
they're very rowdy.
getting more rowdy. And everyone's like, "Oh, Jones, what have you made? What have you made?" And
Omelets.
yes, well, tinned ham, tinned peas, tinned beans, and he removes the cloche. He's made an omelet.
Yeah.
And fuck, dude, like West, this is so wild. Like it just feels like such a moment in the movie. Him like taking a bite.
Well, he says to our new guests or whatever,
Yeah.
or like to a new friendship or whatever, and then the fact that it's like the
To new friends, he
to new
says.
friends, and it's a toast to rotten eggs.
Yeah. And then he asks Jones, he's like, "Did you notice?" He spits it out and he says, "Did you notice the eggs were off?" And he goes, "Thought salt might cover the taste."
Yeah.
What the fuck? Not a good idea.
No, not a good cook, Jones.
They ask Hannah if she can cook
Yeah.
because
It-
he says we badly need someone with flair in the kitchen.
Right, and it's like another one of those lines where it's like it seems like a harmless question enough, but there's just this
No.
undertone, you
Yeah,
know.
again, he like they want to make them like these domestic like
yeah.
sex slaves, right?
Yeah.
Like they want them to cook and clean for them, and they want to use them. Yeah, it's so gross. And the thing about this movie is it's so good because like you've seen these people like eating people, like attacking people, and you're like, that's gross, but nowhere near as gross as the like fucking like depravity, the morally bankrupt actions, like the
Yeah.
promises of Major West. Like the fucking zombies pale in comparison to this fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like the zombies, I can understand. Like you get like a shark fucking comes after you, dude.
Well,
Like
zombies aren't evil. They're just mindless
they're
killing.
just misunderstood.
They're just creatures that must eat flesh.
Like I was saying, like I was gonna say, like they're like animals acting
Yeah.
upon instincts.
yeah.
And we're seeing higher order thinking beings like using that like intellect to such evil.
Yeah.
Like, it's
So dark, so twisted,
dark.
all the lies.
so dark, which makes it so satisfying.
Yeah, it's such a satisfying ending. I fucking love this whole
Low-key
movie.
some revenge vibes, like
Yeah.
at the end,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then there's a really nice like philosophical conversation that we kind of mentioned earlier a bit here, where well, one of them mentions like, don't worry, like everything will be opened up soon or whatever, or like I can't
We'll
wait
have
to.
eggs again.
We'll have eggs again when everything's opened up, and Mitchell, our douchebag, is like, "Ew, mop it."
He's like, you're fucking clueless.
Dude,
you
the
don't
way
know
this guy
anything.
talks.
Yeah. You're fucking clueless, bro. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then yeah, we get Sergeant Farrell going into just like like I was saying, the
Bill's got a
return to
point.
normality.
Yeah, Bill's got a point.
Yeah, like to an extent, if the like nature retakes the world, then we are back to like normal.
Yeah, because he says humanity has been around for a short time on a geological scale.
And the Major mocks him and like calls him his spiritual, like our resident spiritual
Well,
guru.
what I like about what Farrell says is that he turns, and I like that this is a moment where you like feel like where you're like, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Because he turns to Bill and he says, "Is that what you meant, Bill?"
Yeah.
And Bill's like, "Yeah." And I like that where he's like trying to be very charitable. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, dude, there's something to what you say. And then West, fucking mocking him, calling him the spiritual guru. And we see the friction there, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's something there.
Yeah, the sergeant doesn't like him.
He says, "Why did you join the army in the first place?"
Yeah, and he's like, I'll tell you what I've been seeing since before and after the infection.
People killing people.
Yeah, which is so twisted. But like, I understand how you get there. Like, he's gone to such a dark place in the justification of protecting his soldiers.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
do whatever it takes.
Yeah, and he says we're in a state of normality right now.
Yeah.
And I love the cut to infected running up towards the house, you know?
Yeah.
You can barely make out the big house and the windows in the background. And we hear that panting that we've heard before when we know the infected are coming.
Yeah.
We cut back to the dinner.
Oh, and then Hannah's line of, well, I would like to bury my dad, or she doesn't want to eat. And you're like, you have to eat. And you're like, no, I want to bury my dad. He's one of those people you're talking about getting killed.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, such a nice bow on this conversation.
Wes does have a moment here where I made a note where he does seem to like acknowledge it. Like he seems to be touched or moved by it in a way, which again, that's what I think is so great about
Yeah.
West is like he's not just like
A mustache twirling villain, yeah.
no, he's got nuance to him.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, he
he's-
is a villain. And,
No, he's absolutely a villain.
And he does have a mustache, but no, I'm just kidding.
I don't think he has a mustache.
No, I was just trying to make that metaphor work, but
I mean, he could probably grow a mustache.
yeah. And
How
then
often do you think he
he's
shaves?
one mustache away from being a mustache twirling villain?
How often do you think he shaves?
Every day.
Every day?
Every
Really?
day. Oh yeah.
Okay. Got the big stubble?
um.
Yeah, like you said, like we were saying, Hannah wants to bury her dad. West has some moment of recognition, but then there's the big rumble.
Yeah, the landmine going off.
Yeah, and all the soldiers immediately mobilize. Move, move,
And
you know?
this is just a. We've had such a subdued tone since Frank died. This is such an explosive moment that I think really, and then it's pretty much like foot on the pedal for the rest of the movie after
Yeah,
this.
it's all action here, you know?
And
You see the floodlights come on.
but not in the way you would expect, right? Like if
No.
normally if this was the end of this action movie, it'd be like, okay, final stand against the zombies, and
Yeah.
they bust in, and
a
one
bunch of like all the soldiers get killed,
yeah,
and
we
like
have to break
Jim
off.
has to like save the like girls.
Yeah, but it's like nope, they handle it pretty easily. You know, it's so funny how much fun they're having with it, and the landmine going off, and what does Mitchell say? That's always stuck in my head.
A dude gets like he hits one, and he's like stoked that he hits one, and I think Mitchell says, "What do you want, a fucking sweetie? Keep shooting, you cunt."
Yeah. And
Sorry, I said the C word. I said the C word, y'all.
and the way he says fucking hell. He keeps saying fucking hell in just like the funniest way. That's just seared into my head. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. The bodies raining down from the sky. Again, it's a little hard for me to believe that like they wouldn't be wearing full gas masks if a single drop could like turn you into a zombie, you know, or like something but that's one I've let go a long time ago. But that is my biggest nitpick
I don't
with
think
the
you would
lore.
need to wear a gas mask. I think you could just wear like a bandana around your like face, or like a balaclava or something like that might be enough. I think.
Cover your eyes.
Well, glasses,
Yeah.
just like protective
Just some
eyewear.
goggles. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just something though, like,
Well, like, I
something
mean,
to
I'll-
protect
yeah,
your mouth and your eyes. You know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I agree.
But whatever.
You see, Jim is watching from inside. I love the framing with Selena behind him.
Yeah.
And
And
you
the
see-
tension of the siren going on the whole time too is so good.
And they both like seem very like sort of like speechless. Like there's something about it. Like again, we're just like fomenting this feeling of like uncertainty, like heebie-jeebies, like creepy, like making my skin like start to crawl a little bit.
Yeah.
That will finally like the climax will be like the like admission like later on, right?
Yeah, I mean we're coming right up on that right now. Selena is kind of standing in the
Yeah, the
entryway
soldiers are filing
with
back
the
in.
machete. And pretty like immediately Mitchell starts getting kind of aggressive with her. He takes her machete and like
You got me to protect you now.
yeah. And Jim tries to run up and he tries to throw Mitchell on the ground, but it's immediately turned around on him. And I love that for that little like, oh Jim, you can't take on this like soldier dude. Like, come on, he's a trained soldier. And then like that just tying back around to
Yeah,
later.
for sure. No, and I like there's also this like Selena's been such a badass and she tries to take it from Mitchell, but she can't get her like machete back.
Yeah.
And then before Jim tackles him or tries to fight him, we have Farrell, who I referred to as an obviously traumatized soldier. Like he screams at fucking Mitchell, like he's like, "Stop that!" Like,
Well, he's the one who gets him off Jim. He hits him. I think does he hit him with his gun or does he just punch him? Or
so he starts screaming at him, telling him like, "Don't like stop doing that. And then Jim tries to fight Mitchell to keep him off Selena. Mitchell throws him to the ground, and then this is where Farrell hits Mitchell.
Right.
And then Wes calls them all to attention.
Yeah. And then it's solidified for the audience here where this is going, of Major Wes telling one of them to slow down. And then he tells Sergeant Farrell to clean up the bodies.
Yeah, clean the bodies off
And
the
he
lawn.
says it as a way as almost a punishment for.
Well, he tells Mitchell to go secure the perimeter with the other troops, and then he tells Farrell to go clear the bodies off the lawn.
Yeah. He says.
And then we have West. He apologizes to Selena,
Mhm.
gives her back her blade, and she leaves. And then he kind of asks Jim, like, "Do you want to have a drink?"
Yeah, and pours drinks.
This is where they're alone now.
Yeah, and he asks him, "Who have you killed?" And I love, again, just like an amazing monologue for this character to try to justify his actions, and like you can see it in this super dark, twisted way how he got here, but it's like so twisted.
This is also, yeah, the part. Well, I mean, the way that he is like, "So who have you killed? There's no way you made it here without killing anyone." And he says it was a boy, and it's like the first time he brings it up.
Yeah.
And Wes is like, "But you had to, survival. I totally get it." Now, like, and I love that sort of like little like, yeah, like I can sympathize. Now
You
listen
have to
this.
do what you need to do
You
to
gotta do what you
survive.
gotta do. Look, I promised them women. 8 days ago, I found Jones with a gun in his mouth. You know, that's not. There's no. That's there. There's no future. You know, what could I say to them? Like, you know, we moved them from the blockade, set radio broadcast. I promised them women because women mean a future. And like the fact that it's the cook, the guy who's been like all like,
Mhm.
oh, like
The
you're like,
most
oh, he's so silly.
Lighthearted.
And it's like he was gonna kill himself, and what gave him hope is you promising him that he could have like a sex slave. That's so fucking. I'm like, we're like making eye contact right now, and I had to look away because you're just like nodding, and it's like just ugh. Like these are the kinds of thoughts like that I can't sit with too long. Like they like make me feel like throwing up. Like it makes me feel physically ill thinking about
It's
this.
extremely dark. Yeah.
It's so dark, dude. It's so fucking dark. Like I'm just like, what kind of psychotic piece of shit are you that you're like, you know what? No, yeah, you know, being a rapist sounds like a great way to like spend the rest of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure there's the mental gymnastics of like, oh well, like you know, I'm not a rapist. They want me to, or like who knows? Who knows
We're
what kind of
protecting
mental?
them.
Yeah, exactly. Like they would be nowhere without me. Like you know, we got to repopulate the world. They'll learn to love me, dude. Ugh.
So disturbing. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's so. I think the horror of this movie is that's so.
But nobody
rooted.
ever says anything like that. But like
Yeah.
your mind can go those places, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it would just like I feel like the root of the horror of this movie is how grounded in reality. Like we've seen the Stanford experiments. We've seen what happens when people are put into.
I mean,
like,
dude, look, I don't want to throw too much shade at the like U.S. Army, but like there were plenty of stories about like troops like raping people in Iraq.
Right.
You know, like that's like
I mean, common for war, absolutely. It's just the degradation. You would like to think that the degradation of someone's morality would be more than 28 days, right? But we, like I said, we've seen it. We've seen it happen.
I mean, it
in
happens
these
like
power
my point
situations.
is like it happens like outside of zombie apocalypses, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah. I mean, I wonder
where
like
there's war, there's
I wonder
rape,
if he. I
like-
wonder if he's like. I wonder if the goal is to level a criticism as well at like the military and like the culture that it promotes.
Absolutely,
Like, I mean,
there's some of that here,
it's
yeah.
a whole like, it's fully established and based upon like violence and perpetuating
Yes.
violence, right?
I
under
heard,
the guise of protection.
So I listened to the Blank Check episode a while back on 28 Days Later, and they had a guest that was really interesting, and he was like, basically his whole thing he was pushing is that this is a movie directly about the Iraq War. And I'm like, oh, interesting. And he had a lot of points about it. I don't know if I quite agree, but I do think it's a commentary on violence in society.
I love a good take though. Like well,
Yeah.
like someone who's got like a strong take like that. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think because what is their downfall here?
David Reese.
What is their downfall here? It's their violence creating a monster that destroys them, right? And that's
Yeah.
what society did to create this whole zombie apocalypse in the first place.
There's a lot of good like metaphor, like nested like metaphors within metaphors, allegories like with these zombie movies. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's what you're really getting at. Why you love it so much is because like it's such a simple idea. Like The dead are like the people, like, again, like the thing I was saying before. A familiar face is turned into something that you do not recognize.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, the real monsters aren't them because they're just acting on instinct.
Yeah.
It's us who can make like moral choices who are the evil ones.
Right. And how many has it? All of them. I think it's all of the movies have been man-made creations we did this month. Man-made problems, because we have the leak in Train to Busan. You have the satellite in
Both Night of the Living
the
Dead and Shaun of the Dead.
And then here it is with the Rage Monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't like they're infected with rage. Like we never like is it because that was like something that was like
I think the idea is they learned how to make rage, like pure rage, basically, and
like make them like berserker like status.
Yeah, and then it was trying to study what that does to the brain, right? When you do that. Talk about rage.
Oh god,
Guts,
dude.
am I right?
That's oh my god. I want to rewatch this. So good. You know, actually,
Read the
well,
manga.
I was about to say no. I do really want to read the
The
manga.
manga's so good. Read Berserk, everyone. It's amazing. Masterpiece.
Read
One of the best stories
Berserk.
ever.
Yeah. Hey, and if you want me to get you something from Japan, let me know now in the comments.
That's
You gotta
right.
leave a 5-star review if you want me to bring you something from Japan.
That's right.
So we have so Jim storms off after he
Yeah.
hears this, understandably
It's just
so,
the tension again, the cinematography of the shots of them running and stuff. Like
because he goes to get Selena and is like, we have to go
it's so
now.
tense. He's running. The music's
I
intense.
just
It
want to
grabs
say,
him.
like Major West, the way he just like so like calmly delivers it. Look, I promise them women, and the way that he puts it like that, I promise them women.
Yeah.
It's like 3 words that are like
You never see
no
him
4 words. Sorry,
lose his temper.
no, he's so calm, cool, and collected, dude.
It's so extra disturbing.
And I see Christopher Eccleston, and I wasn't like I'm not a huge fucking like Doctor Who person, but I liked it a lot. Like I got really into it like those seasons. I watched a lot, and like I really him and like David Tennant. Like I'm like these are like forces of good in the world. So to see him in this role is
Yeah.
like oh
yeah, he nails it.
yeah, he
One
does.
of the best performances.
Oh, he's so
sure.
good. I love him in Pretty like, and whenever I see him, I'm like excited because I'm like this guy's gonna do it. And he just has like such a good smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love the way that this is like this movie kind of like is like the smile is so fucking menacing.
Yeah, his eyes are never show much warmth either. Well, kind of. I don't know. He has such a good like
As
scary
Doctor,
smile.
have you seen him as Doctor Who?
No, I mean in this movie.
Yeah, he's like just such a sweet dude. Where
Yeah.
you're like,
I
yeah,
think
I want to
saw
go
the
on
first
adventures
episode.
with you,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Very playful. Yeah.
But yeah, this yeah, you're right. All these shots are so awesome, and like we have to go, no time. Like what is it, Jim? No time. We have to go.
They're running out.
We get in the car and we go,
and
and
then
then
it's like it shows them running down the hallway, and the camera like passes behind a column with a
Yeah.
soldier behind it, which
Yeah.
I'm just realizing while describing it is the same thing we get with Jim hiding behind the truck later with the camera passing
yeah.
by. So it's
It's
like
really good,
setting
yeah.
up all these little callbacks.
and then Jim gets knocked out and the screen goes black. I love this.
yeah,
Really cool sort of like point of view thing, right? Like, and then we hear a voice in the distance
yeah,
over the black, you know.
yeah, a really good way to, like you said, kind of encapsulating. Again, this movie's so immersive; it really feels like you are coming in and out of consciousness into this scene.
It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good. It's like it feels like, yeah, it's like kind of reminds me of a video game in a way, you know, like
Mhm.
like some of the things
that's a
it's
good
doing
point.
there.
A very POV.
Or
yeah.
like you know the opening, the classic opening of Skyrim, where like you
Yeah.
come to in like the cart, you know,
yeah.
Skibidi toilet.
I love that meme so
That
much.
was so fucking funny. And then what you hear is, no, you're not going to keep them here. You've got to let them go.
Yeah.
And as the screen fades up on, well, sorry, we like see like the image slowly fading in on Jim. He's waking up from being knocked out. We see he's on the ground, seemingly very helpless. And then we see that it's Farrell's voice. And he's saying, I'll fucking shoot you. I won't let you keep them here. And like, dude, I just had like this rush of like chills because like I'm so grateful like for the choice of like, yeah, dude, at least like one dude, right? Like,
Yeah.
man, and like what a fucking guy, dude. Like I
What a boss.
got like almost started crying a little bit, dude.
Love that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's just like when you like watching somebody like stand up for what they believe in and like to be like in this
So
super
unafraid,
compromised
yeah.
like, dude, I don't care if you kill me. Like, fuck you. Like,
yeah.
I can't live the rest of my life knowing that I let like you do this to these women.
Yeah.
And like whenever I think of those things, it always like translates to like, you know, like figures in throughout, like, like I think about like people like Martin Luther King, like,
Right.
Malcolm X, or other people who've like activists within like the like gay community, like,
Right.
and like just when people are persecuted, and then like these amazing people who stand up and say, no, you
Yeah.
will not fucking stop.
And you gotta imagine Sergeant Farrell's only hope probably in that moment is that some of the other soldiers would be like, he's right, we've gone too far, but nope.
No.
Nope.
No, man. Fuck, dude. Yeah, he's like, get him. And then they all overpower him, dude,
Yep.
And then we have Wes telling Jim that he wants to give him a chance. You can be with us, but I can't let them go.
Yeah, I love this moment because he's like speaking he's like, okay, Jim, like he's speaking so softly to him, kind of
Yeah.
like brushing his face and stuff. And then he just sees in Jim's eyes that he's never gonna change his mind,
And he like just goes, him too.
yeah, him too. It's just like, damn, bro.
Such like efficiency of dialogue. Really well
Yeah.
done. So much good so much good physical acting, so much good like facial expressions. So much is said through like eyes in this movie. I
Right.
love it.
And yeah, and just the cut, of his voice being just so soft with him
Yeah.
too. Him too.
And then the soldiers surround him, but we just see like the one assault rifle muzzle hit his face on the floor.
Yeah.
Really sick, really well done. And then we get another awesome palate cleanser.
Yeah, establishing shot.
The big house and all the lights going off for
Yeah.
the night.
Yeah.
Like
Looks so good.
even evil has to like sleep.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. And then we see inside it's dark, and Jim's next to the radiator.
Yeah, this is such a weird entrance to the scene where it's almost like Jim isn't listening to Sergeant Farrell talk, and like it's so quiet in the mix. He's on the other side of the room, and this is such a cool pullback camera. Whereas it gets further back, you hear the
Yeah,
Farrell
this is
line,
also
and it's-
such a wild reference. He says his favorite joke from The Simpsons is Smithers says, "Women and semen don't mix." Mr. Burns says, "We all know what you think, Smithers."
That's what he says there.
Yeah.
I could never hear
He's
him
making a reference to like The Simpsons. This is what I usually watch these.
with subtitles. Yeah.
No, with headphones too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that helps.
I like to watch it with headphones. I like to get really like immersed in it, like
yeah.
sitting there with like the volume all the way up,
Hell yeah.
blasting my ears out.
That's what I'm talking about.
But thanks to you, I wear earplugs now, and I have been for like the last like 9 years or so.
Hell yeah, brother. Makes a big difference.
I
I have tinnitus for sure. My ears will still ring randomly.
I get like little ringing sometimes, but people are always telling me how good of hearing I have.
Nice.
Also, it's not just you, but my mom and my dad. Well, my dad recently got hearing aids. They both have some like pretty bad hearing loss. My dad has some weird thing with like the tubes in his ears, like then he would have to get them like cleaned out and stuff. But when I found out my mom had like lost like 60% of her hearing, I was like, I should probably like take this a little bit more seriously. But Connor was always the one when we were like at shows and playing shows. Everyone would be like, fuck wearing earplugs. You want to feel the visceralness of like the music and let the distortion wash all over me. And you're like, dude, you got to take care of your ears, man. Like, and you were always saying that. And like so many people like laughed it off. And like now I'm like a huge proponent for it.
Yeah.
At my shows, when we play shows, I will sometimes like when we're sound checking, I'll be like, all right, is everybody wearing earplugs? Like, 'cause I
Well,
don't-
the thing with ears for you listeners at home is that our ears are not designed by nature to take in the amount of sound we produce as society, especially with loud music and stuff. Our ears just aren't evolved to do that, So
no, they're not evolved to do it. They're not evolved to do. But one day,
one day.
it's so fucking funny. Ben. I don't know if he still does it for a while. He's like, I only wear one earplug, and he says I can't really hear out of this ear very well. And I'm like, which one do you wear the earplug in? And he's like, the one I can't really hear out of.
That's really funny.
Like, what? I do like. I will say there is something being like a big fucking like being a guy who loves playing like heavy like really. And I know we're going on a tangent, but it's kind of nice to just take a break about talking about like soldiers trying to like rape these like really nice ladies.
Yeah.
I like there is something like about like the unfiltered like brutal just like being enveloped by like the
Oh, yeah.
noise and the feedback.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you just kind of like you get used to like the barrier and kind of like interpreting
Yeah.
it, But
Well, yeah, you can get those nicer ones too that like it's not as protective for your ears. It's like wearing lower sunscreen if you still want to tan, right?
Yeah.
Where like
for sure,
you can still hear everything, but the like the bass is cut out a little more in the treble, you know.
Yeah, I mean the thing is too, like you can choose how deep like you
Yeah.
like put them as well.
For sure.
I also like, I mean, dude, the dream is for musicians, like you get like in-ear monitors and like you can hear a perfect like mix of like the whole sound, and like it is like at a good level. But anyway, we're musicians. We're not just like film fans. We are
Fans
musicians.
of art.
We are. No, I mean honestly, dude, for so long in my life, I like loved creative things, but never wanted to like admit that I was like an artist. And like, dude, yeah, I'm an artsy guy. I'm an artsy fartsy boy.
Me too, Alfredo.
Yeah, you are. I know you are.
Big artsy nerds talking about
artsy nerds.
zombie movies.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Farrell is talking about his favorite joke from the fucking Simpsons. And I wanted to say that I thought about this. It's crazy how he's referencing that, because the Simpsons are like are probably over in this world. Well, no, actually, no, they're not, because like it's just Britain.
Yeah.
But what I thought was funny is that the Simpsons have probably been running longer since 28 Days Later than before 28 Days Later.
Oh
Because like
yeah.
they've been
yeah, yeah.
they've been running for like 30 something
Yeah,
seasons.
absolutely.
Like
yeah.
it's just so funny how it was already so ingrained in culture.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's still,
huge,
It's still
huge.
going, dude. It's
Yeah,
so wild.
I wonder when the peak. When was peak Simpson time? That's a good
I
question.
think probably around this time, honestly.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Checks
like through the 90s. I
Mm.
mean, no. Like Simpson Mania, Bart, like, you know, being everywhere. That was like a big part of like the mid 90s.
Yeah,
I think.
who shot Mr. Burns? When was that? 'Cause I feel like that's what I remember. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Okay,
I never really watched that much Simpsons.
it's good stuff.
My mom was like, they're like so misbehaved, and the dad's a buffoon, and I was like, yeah. It's so funny, like how my mom, like I didn't realize until so much later that my mom is very sort of literal. Like she says, I don't like fantasy movies, I don't like sci-fi movies, because those are all lies.
Lies.
My mom also hates lying. She hates lying so much.
That's so
And
funny.
My parents also, both of them, never really understood King of the Hill was a parody of like.
Yeah.
You're not meant to watch it and be like, yeah, America's
Normal
great.
life.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be like a commentary.
Yeah.
And it was so funny how when I finally saw King of the Hill, I was like, oh shit, this is not at all what they thought it was.
Oh yeah.
Also finding out it was Mike Judge, but anyway.
That's so funny. Yeah, I heard one guy talking about how he doesn't trust actors because they're just liars.
It's wild, dude. Yeah, weird stuff, dude. People got some things, you know. But hey.
It's really funny though. Yeah, but the end of Sergeant Farrell's little rant here is that
Across the channel.
yeah, he's like, what do you think they would do with this small island that's overrun with infection? They quarantined us, of course.
But he also says across the channel, people are watching The Simpsons and sleeping in the beds next to their wives.
Yeah.
I love that, like just
Yeah.
that very simple image.
Yeah, very human moment. And the soldiers show up basically right then, right when Jim is like quarantined, you say. I love this shot. They're out in the forest, and it's just like looks so good, so misty, and like I don't know, perfect location. So ominous but beautiful, like a march to death, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jim falls over, and he's like begging.
They're also taking him from like the representation of civilization
Oh yeah.
to like the wilderness.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And yeah, he's begging, and Mitchell is just the absolute worst.
He's not interested.
Puts his foot on his face.
And the fact that he says, I'm gonna make her squirm. That's fucked up, dude.
I think he says squeal.
I think he says squirm.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, both are awful.
Yeah, both are awful.
Yeah, he's just, oh god, I hate this
And
guy.
I love how Farrell says, I swear to God, it's gonna end badly for you.
Yeah. All the promises, all the threats. And yeah, Mitchell, they take him to this pile of bodies, and
Well, Farrell also like encouraging Jim, like get up, dude, get up.
Yeah.
Like don't lose hope, kind of like, you know.
Yeah, Farrell's such a good guy, you know. It sucks to see him go out. Like he dies such a hero, you know, an unsung hero.
Yeah, I mean, he says, kill me first. Dude.
Yeah, and Mitchell wants to knife him, which is just he puts the little add-on on his machine gun to knife him. And
Yeah.
I like, again, like you were saying, the one guy who wants to stand up against them all, right, is Farrell. But I love just like a human moment of Jones being like,
Just shoot him, dude.
don't fucking knife him. That's horrible. Like, oh my god, like.
And Farrell, dude, just being like, are you gonna stick me like a fucking dog? You know, like
Yeah.
taunting them. I love it.
Yeah.
So good. And
So
then like
good.
Jones ends up shooting him. Like he can't like stand to
Right
watch
before
Mitchell
Mitchell
stab him.
stabs
Yeah.
him, yeah. And then yeah, and then Mitchell is such a douchebag. I love like his anger and his like his testosterone is the reason Jim is able to get away here, right? He can't
Adrenaline,
his adrenaline, yeah, his
testosterone.
yeah, sorry, his adrenaline just like
This is a cool shot too. Like
yeah.
the way it's shot, where he gets pissed at Jones, so he points his rifle at
Well,
him.
he jumps on him and like puts
Yeah.
the gun up to him.
And then they turn back and it's like, where do you go? And he's like
Yeah.
hiding amongst the bodies.
Yeah, and just their panic as they realize he got away. And then this is what I put as his second rebirth, right? Is him like waking up, not
Yeah.
actually, but like rising from among
Right,
the
for sure.
bodies, and now he's like full on like primal mode. He's just survival mode. Do whatever it takes to take these guys down.
Yeah. And we can hear like and see like stray bullets. They notice Jim's jacket is like caught in the barbed wire. I think it's his shirt,
Yeah,
right?
he uses his shirt to
To get over the barbed
which
wire.
is great detail. That'd be so hard to do with like your hands cuffed too. Insane.
Yeah. Jones is like, oh no, we're fucked. And Mitchell is like, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
Right.
Because he's like, he's over the wall. He's dead, dude. He's not going to be able to make it back.
Yeah, and yeah, their downfall, right? Of course, it's just a very easy to believe that they'd be like, yeah, well, he's not gonna make it. I mean, he's
Yeah.
tied up and doesn't have a weapon. Yeah, fuck it.
And the shot, speaking of like wilderness and like, wildness, Jim running through the shirt, through the shirt with no woods, running through the woods with no shirt feels like such a great image of like,
Yeah.
he is like embracing this animalistic side that he's going to use violence as a tool to like save the people he cares about,
Yeah, and him falling over and having that kind of final like palate cleanser before shit gets wild.
Looking up at the sky.
Yeah, and seeing the plane where it's just like, oh fuck, he was right. But it's also like doesn't matter because I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's the like the extra kick of hope. Like
Yeah.
I have a reason to get them out of here to take them somewhere better. Like,
I remember when I saw it, I was like, is that a shooting star? And I was like, no, it's something man-made. So it feels like it represents like the hope for Jim.
Yeah.
That they're the last remaining vestiges of like civilization, I also thought maybe it's a little reference to Night of the Living Dead, like little like, not that that's where the rage virus is coming from, but like maybe a little nod to like, something like
Chemtrails
out there. Chemtrails indeed.
Is this where the camera changes or like around here? This is where I wrote
No.
it. I didn't get the exact scene it changes.
No, dude, look, where it changes is like after all of this. When they're in the little cottage out in the like countryside,
Oh.
that's where it changes to 35 millimeter.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Then yeah, I thought it had already.
It's the rebirth of hope, of civilization,
Yeah.
of like a normal life free of like senseless violence.
Okay, weird. Yeah, I thought the resolution got higher here. Maybe my
No,
movie
no,
was
no.
just.
It's like super
buffering.
dark the whole time here.
Weird. Okay. So yeah, we're back at base. They take the girls to change.
He wants to make them presentable.
Yeah,
quote
this
unquote.
whole part is awful. They're like ripping the clothes off them and stuff. Selena kisses one of them, so they'll leave. And so she does that to try to get Hannah to take some Valium so she won't care about what's about to happen. And the soldiers come in before she can take any. And then we get the siren from the blockade. And I love their panic. I love that the rest of the movie they're on their back foot.
Yeah.
It's so like
It's
so satisfying.
There's some like lines to here where like they say that the dresses are very expensive, and then like Selena like being like if you want us to change, you have to leave the room. It's
Yeah.
just polite.
Yeah.
It was just like a kind of like a poking reminder of like, remember society?
You remember when you were a
politeness?
person?
Yeah. I don't know if these people were ever fucking people, dude. And it does convince the soldiers, which is like, okay, come on, lads, let's leave the room. Honestly, and this is one of the specific moments I'm so blown away by is like, the soldier who Selena kisses, is the one who tells them like, okay, let's go. It's just so wild, And then he like surveys the room after the troops leave, and he's like just like staring at them, like it's, ugh.
Yeah.
I like the thing that I think is what I was just saying about I don't think they were ever fucking people. There's like a glimpse of humanity in his face, and it's just subtle enough in the performance where you're just like,
Yeah.
it's like a vague expression, but you like there's so much you can put there on your own, and you're just like, there's just the right amount of concern and doubt. I think it's a very strong.
Yeah.
Like,
And my take on it is that these were kind of average people before this all happened. Like that is the commentary it's making to me in terms of just like you would be surprised how many people just lose everything that made them moral in
For sure.
situations like this.
Is there part of it that is like not, which is like an argument that's presented that's kind of a false argument that like who do you think can survive this long in this?
Yeah, there's something to that too. Yeah.
Which I love that at the end, like kind of disproven.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her giving her the pills like so she fuck, dude. That's so heavy, dude.
It's very heavy, yeah. And it's fun, like a nice thread of comic relief kind of for the rest of the movie, or like the rest of this whole final set piece is her just like stoned wandering around.
Yeah.
Um
We get the wide shot of the house. It's pissing down rain.
Yeah, I love the rain for this whole final sequence too. And yeah, in the shots of Jim like pulling the crank on the siren and stuff,
Yeah.
it's just like so intense,
Really
so
sick.
visceral. Yeah.
We also get like a shot of like the highway as well, and then like the soldiers coming in the car, coming like towards him.
Yeah.
And it's such a great idea. It's like pull them out. Like
Yeah.
very smart, very smart.
Yeah. It's kind of dumb to only bring one other guy with you, but hey,
And I like how like as the soldiers come out, like it kind of shifts more to their point of view, and like Jim
Yeah.
like zooms past the camera like a zombie.
Now he's the hunter. He is the monster. For
He's
the
like
rest of
being
the movie.
filmed like a
Yeah.
zombie,
Yeah.
And I love the shot through the like mesh of rectangles with the soldier like out of focus, like shooting blindly.
Yeah.
Really cool framing.
Yeah. The tension of them slowly panicking, and it's like so satisfying because now the audience is in the position of like the monster, right? You are rooting for all of these guys to die in horrible ways now, and like it's just such a cathartic release for the rest of the movie.
And when we reveal Jim behind the shot you were talking about, camera movement is from left to right, forward progression.
Wow. Good stuff.
It's a really really fun shot. I like that shot a lot. Like so efficient.
Yeah.
Just looks really good.
And I think they even put like lenses in his eyes. It looks like he has like white eyes here. Like they make him look like a monster.
No, he looks like a zombie. Like
Yeah.
he's just like waiting patiently and like
Yeah.
calculated. And then like I love how then you go back, like you do a what we would call backwards movement. Not really, but like from right to left, and you see that Jim has like gone.
Yeah. And he's panicking more, climbs up the ladder. Jim bops him. I don't know, with a like a crowbar or something. I don't know what he gets him with
I
there.
can't remember, yeah.
This has always been weird to me. It doesn't quite make sense, but like it's fine because I like the vibe is he carries the body into the car somehow and like puts his body there. That's a big thing to carry around without the major noticing, but okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a nice effect of the major coming back, like seeing his soldier in the car and then, opening the door and he's dead there. And I love how he panics and like turns around and just starts shooting blindly. And then he sees the zombies coming and he pulls the soldier out of the car. And then he sees that Jim already like dismantled the ignition. Like, so good.
Yeah,
So
there's a really
tense.
cool shot of the major's face where it's like obscured by the train as well.
Yeah, I love it. I love this whole sequence. It's so vibey, man. Yeah, it's the overall tone of it. I think that's really just like next level for me.
Yeah, we also see like someone running through the forest,
Mm-hmm.
but is it Jim? Like I remember
I
when
thought
I
it
was
was
watching,
just the
it was like some bald dude.
I thought it was just the infected coming.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yes. That was my last note. Potentially an infected.
Yeah. And the major, I just seeing him kind of panic and break down is like he's almost overrun by infected for a second. He like kind of gets his shit together. He's like, all right, I guess I'll start running back. And then we got Hannah and Selena waiting in dresses. And the soldiers are getting more paranoid. And Jim shoots the chain free of
Mailer, yeah,
Mailer.
he frees Mailer.
Yeah, and Jones hears the shot. Mitchell just thinks it's thunder because there's a storm going on with this, so that kind of like masks everything Jim's doing. And
I do want to say though, when we see Selena and Hannah, the way that they're like sitting on the couch, there's that like portrait of the lady behind them too.
Yeah.
And like what I think is so interesting is like Hannah is like slouching so hard, like
High as fuck.
like she's just like dissociating, right? And Selena looks super unsure, and you see her making herself smaller. While
Mm-hmm.
Hannah's like making like
Oh,
spreading
that's a
out,
good
you know,
point.
like
That's a good point.
just really showing like the difference there.
Yeah.
I did feel like it kind of speaks to Selena realizing how horrible their fate might be,
Yeah.
and Hannah like again being stoned, but also kind of like this naivete, like this
Yeah.
like not really aware of how horrible the world really is.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. Yeah, and I love that Hannah is stoned and just starts like laying into them like, I don't think they're coming back. I think they're dead. I
Yeah,
think
it's
they've
pretty
been
good.
killed. And you're next. And there's a great shot of one of the soldiers, and I think there's another psychological artsy moment here where he turns around and the camera shows that there's not a zombie there, and then it cuts to someone else and in their reaction, and then it cuts back and there's a zombie as he turns his head. It's like, you know, extra disorienting and alarming because then he immediately again smashes through the window with this crazy high mix and just chaos. I love this chaos.
Yeah. I also just want to shout out the Cockney rhyming slang in here. At one point, Mitchell says, we'll go hit the floods and to take a butcher's."
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that meant.
Well, butcher's hook means to take a look.
Okay.
Take a butcher's. Yes, it's you like it rhymes with something, but you cut off the part that rhymes, and then it like let's take the apples. What does that mean? Take the stairs. The apples and pears. That means stairs. Bees and honey means money.
Whoa.
Give me the bees. You haven't seen Snatch, have you?
I have. I just don't remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Good movie.
yeah. Is that in Snatch? I think it's in Snatch. I don't know. I like Cockney rhyming slang. I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's fascinating.
Very weird, but very
Um,
fun.
One of the soldiers, is it Jones, whose gun jams when he's trying to protect his buddy who just got jumped? But Jones is useless. He runs away, and one of the other soldiers runs to the entrance right when Mitchell's coming back, and kind of a nice comedic beat of them being like, "Where the fuck are you going?" And it's just like Jones screaming as he's running away from a zombie. They go after him. And yes, this is when we get kind of. This wasn't originally intended, from what I read, to be the 28 Days Later like main theme, but it's since become the main theme of the movie. This kind of creeping, like piano and orchestra that comes in here. It's so good. I love this track. Again, just the way it kind of picks up the tension of the movie and everything kind of falls in place around this final action sequence with this soundtrack is just fire. Perfect.
Yeah, and I love the shot of like Jim watching from the window outside.
Yeah.
There's like there's someone like hiding in a cupboard
That's
too.
Jones, yeah. And you
Yeah.
got the other soldier who's like all cocky, like, "Hey, I fucking got you now. What are you gonna do about it?" And then the other one who jumps him on the other side. It reminded me of like the Jurassic Park raptor moment, just like getting too confident, getting too high and mighty with their place and power,
Yeah, and like we have like to the way that like Jones dies is so the way he just like runs out and runs straight into like fucking Jim's blade,
Yeah.
and the way he seems to like relish in the kill, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, it's dark, very twisted. But yeah, I mean, Jim is full on monster.
Yeah, there's
now.
like this slowly like dimming like light, like a very like slow strobe, like it like fading the scene in and out too, like
Yeah, with the lightning too being played around with through the windows and stuff, just like so cool.
I think he takes like a secret passageway.
Yeah, I have no idea how he knows that. That's always been a bit of a plot hole for me. Like it felt like a scene was missing where he was shown that or
Did
something.
it happen earlier? Was it with him when he was talking to Major West?
Like,
No?
did he take him into? Maybe he took him into that back office back there, but I don't
Oh.
think so. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, maybe when he was giving him the tour, maybe I missed that.
I thought I had seen it before. Like like when I saw it, I wasn't like, oh, that makes no sense. I think it might be set up. Maybe it's not.
Interesting.
Then we have West coming back
Yeah.
from the outside.
And a great human moment from these monsters, right? He leans over, he takes Jones's hand. You can tell how like broken he is to see Jones die. Like
And he says sorry to
Yeah.
like Jones says sorry to the Major.
It tears him apart. I love that moment. And then you see him kind of solidify like, oh well, now I need to take care of business, right? And Hannah slipped off from the group while this was happening.
To grab a picture of her family.
Yeah. And this whole sequence with the mirror is great. She hears, well, so Jim's running up and he calls out to her and she looks back and
He looks
hears,
like an animal, dude.
yeah.
Like,
And she hears an infected coming, gets behind the mirror just in time. I love this sequence with
the way that
them-
she's hanging on the mirror.
and
Yeah.
it's slowly, and it's like something evocative again about like the humanity of the infected, the way it's so like interested in the mirror, like, and it almost feels like there might be some kind of subtle commentary on society, the way it's looking in the mirror, trying to recognize itself or something. I don't know, but really, but also just like great tension, like showing the camera shot of them both on both sides of the mirror. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and then the way that she relaxes and like drops her feet at the end.
Yeah, it's great.
Jim's trying to find Hannah and Selena through like the house. He ends up in that weird room with like a bunch of dolls.
Yeah, it's like a children's room, and there's the soldier hiding under the couch that he uses to barricade the door. I love great again, just like so many little.
The guy says, "Don't leave me."
Yeah, he's such a like a great human character in this like horrible group of
Yeah.
soldiers where he's just too scared and he's just frozen up and hiding.
And Jim
And begging
does
for
leave
his
him.
life. Yeah, Jim
Jim
does
leaves him to get mauled by zombies.
Yeah, he's out that window in no time.
And then we see that Jim is looking through the rainy window. We see I love this. It's a very vague figure of someone with a gun dragging someone in red behind them.
Yeah.
And then there's this great tension of Selena with Mitchell, and Jim is like up in the rafters
Yeah, he
somewhere.
gets up in the attic and Mitchell hears him. And
Yeah.
they both hear him and they're both looking up, waiting for him to move again. And again, the soundtrack is just like full on tilt right now, and it's so good, so tense.
'Cause this is like really like the
Climax
of the like this is his transformation like realized.
Yeah.
When he gouges his fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
You know, like drops down, tackles him, and fucking damn, dude.
Yeah, the way he's just bashing his head against the wall over and over and screaming at him, like it's
And this
so
is
intense.
this is the moment we talked about earlier where Selena grabs the like machete ready
Yeah.
to like fucking kill him, and he says that was longer than a heartbeat.
Yeah,
And
so
they start making out.
they sure do. And so I wrote here, Jim attacks Mitchell, gouges eyes out, transformation complete. Selena hesitates, transformation complete, right? Like
Yeah,
both of
absolutely.
them have had their full character
Well, and
arcs.
also they I can't remember who, but one of them, I think maybe it's Jim, says, "Listen, it's not all fucked," because it's a callback to
Yeah.
earlier when she had said it's all fucked. You know, like
Yeah.
Hannah comes up from behind and hits Jim over the head
Yeah.
and says, "I
that-
thought he was biting you." That's really
I
funny.
think that's when the music finally cuts out too,
Yeah.
just like right with that bash.
and then friggin' Jim is like, "Are you stoned?"
Yeah,
it's a
good
long
stuff.
story.
Good stuff.
They run out to the car.
And the major's in the backseat of the car with a pistol,
You killed all my boys.
shoots Jim.
Yep.
This has always been a little hard for me to believe too, but again, it just feels so right that I don't mind. Hannah getting into the car, or Hannah driving in reverse into the mansion, and then the zombies coming at that moment to pull him out
Yeah,
through the
Jones,
window.
right?
It's two of them, I think.
I think one of
yeah.
them is Jones.
Yeah,
though.
Jones and Mailer probably. Yeah.
And they pull him out of the car. That's so convenient and great.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Selena grabs
it's a
Jim and
little
they get
too
him in the car.
convenient, But,
It's
but
fine,
it
whatever.
works so well.
I mean, we struggled so much, dude. Like, I think some of these things are like so like.
earned almost.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, thank God, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then the gates are locked,
Yeah,
and they
just
say,
the-
and he says, "Just fucking do it."
Yeah, and I just got to point out the imagery as the car pulls off in the entryway with them like attacking what is now the major's dead body
Yeah.
with the lightning flashing. Like it's
Yeah.
just such good imagery. It's
It's
so
really good.
powerful with the rain pouring down.
I like the freeze frame too of them crashing into the
Yeah,
gate,
and they have the lurch forward,
and then we get the other 28 days later.
right. And yeah, this is a nice cut of a bunch of images as well.
Very quick shots. Like it seems like they took him, like found a hospital,
Yeah.
and they're trying to like save him. You hear Selena going, "Fucking breathe."
So fun fact about this, I remember I watched the the commentary track back in the day, with the director on it, and they were talking about how originally they had two possible endings. In one of the endings, Jim died, and this part of him in the hospital being resuscitated is from that ending.
That's cool
Yeah.
that he was able to still use it. That's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Oh,
very hectic.
And I love, these cuts with him in the hospital and stuff. And then it's a cut of just the words hell on the ground that they made with the blankets, which again is just like, what
Well,
the
it's this
fuck?
beautiful 35 millimeter
Yeah.
shot of the countryside,
Yeah.
and it says hell, and you're like, what?
Yeah, and then again cuts to him waking
Waking up in the
which
sunshine,
This
you
is
know?
now the third rebirth, right? Now he's like reborn into an actual new world.
Yeah, and you see the like bandage around his abdomen, and you hear him say, "Not the curtains" as well.
Yeah, which
This
is
is funny,
great.
like him just being woken up by the sun and kind of. We see Selena at the sewing machine, and I love like that we see. Oh, okay, Hannah's spreading out the blankets. They're writing hello, and that's what she's working on. And I love how from afar it just looks all white, but then when you get closer and you see them like on it, like you see it's a patchwork of different colors.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
fun. Very
Yeah.
like striking scene too. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and yeah, Jimmy, and like you looked all right in this, and Selena has kind of like a, I don't know, a playful, sweet smile,
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah, and then it's coming. They take it all, the big thing out. It's just like a great open, fun, and which is the movie's been doing the whole movie. It's just like, okay, we had this extremely horrible, stressful thing. Now here's this big, open, fun moment, and yeah, it's just such a moment of freedom as
I
they're
like
in this
with the
big landscape with the
I like
big
with
cloth.
the plane too. Like you don't really like see the plane. You hear the radio of the plane first. Like it's like a POV of the plane. But yeah, this I love. The ending's great. You know, they've spread out the blankets. The three of them seem to be safe. So much hope at the end of the movie. You know,
Yeah.
and she says, Selena says, "Do you think he saw us this time?" She just has a big smile on her face. So nice. It's very sweet.
And we also see that the zombies are starting to starve to death, right? Which is like, yeah, a big sign that like things are probably moving in a good direction.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, well, we got two of them when the jet's flying over. They're like near that bridge, and they're both kind of like just laying.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Oh.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. No, I did write that down. That's so funny. Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of suggesting that like all of that madness was just like, you know, a blip in history, right? And the
Yeah.
sequels have something to say about that, but
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they evolve.
yeah, they evolved.
They got huge dongs.
And yeah, and I love that we get one last cut of each of their faces, and then it ends.
It's lovely.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an S tier.
I think this is the pinnacle of zombie movie right here, brother.
I fucking love it so much. I will say, not my favorite zombie story of all time, but favorite zombie movie.
What's your favorite zombie story of all time?
You know, it might be cliche, but the Walking Dead comic books, not the show, but the comic books are so good. It's just like a lot of this stuff in there. And fun fact about the comic books is that they start the same way as this movie, right? With waking up from a coma sometime later with zombie apocalypse, and everyone's like, "Oh, you ripped that off from 28 Days Later." But the author claims that he had actually already written that part when the movie came out. He was working on the first volume when the movie came out, and he was like, "Huh, that's a coincidence. Nobody's gonna believe me."
Yeah. And yeah, he's getting fucking he's getting the Leibniz treatment.
Oh, is that a thing? I'm not familiar.
No, it's not a term. It's just Newton and Leibniz both discovered calculus
Right.
at the
I
same
have
time.
heard this, yeah.
And then Isaac Newton, I mean, Isaac Newton was like ruthless. He like ruined people's careers. Like,
Kind of like Edison sounds like.
yeah, he was basically like, oh man, like, yeah, essentially like this is like you rip me off, I'm gonna ruin your fucking career.
Right. Yeah, that didn't happen to Robert Kirkman, luckily.
Who?
The writer for the Walking
Oh,
Dead.
for the yeah, okay. Well, that's good. That's good that everyone understood. Yeah, I'll give it an S tier as well. There's just very taut script, so much character development, really good like artistic choices as well.
Yeah, I loved it. I love Zombie Month. I'm so glad we did zombies.
It was a fun time.
And yeah, where do you land on zombies? Where like, because at the beginning of the month, it's not that you didn't like zombie movies. You're just like, yeah, it's not necessarily something I'd go out of my way to see. Like,
I think there's just like it's like with horror, like it's hard for me to like be like I don't know, like it just has to be. When it comes to horror, I just want it to be well done.
yeah,
Like I like if there's zombies,
yeah,
I mean I've definitely come to appreciate like some of the aspects of like the mindlessness. But if you're like if I'm sitting here by myself and I see a random pirate movie and a random zombie movie, I'm probably gonna watch the pirate
Right.
movie.
Well, yeah, I think you made a good point about this earlier, where it's like so many zombie movies are just kind of like
Bad.
like slasher, like random low budget,
Yeah.
missing the core that Night of the Living Dead set up, which is it's a story about people in very tense situations and the drama and what you learn about humanity through that. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. I would agree. I think it was really cool to go from like, yeah, I'm not super stoked to them to kind of be like, yeah, there's a really cool like commentary throughout here.
Yeah, I love these movies. I'm so glad we did it. Happy
Yeah.
Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween
We-
next week.
We do have a special bonus episode, as we mentioned, 20 years later. Very excited for that to come out. And we got a little surprise for you. We mentioned this.
it. Yeah,
in
we're going to
the
spin
last
the
one.
wheel again.
Yeah.
As we said, we have Trapped.
Yeah. It's
We've
the final
got-
category we had for the end of the year. But now,
We've added 3 more in.
3, and then, one will get picked, and the other 3 will be dragged to hell.
So we've got revenge movies, we've got mob movies, time travel movies, and Trapped.
Yep.
I'm going to go get the wheel.
Hell yeah, brother. Damn, that's a big wheel. How long did it take you to get all that cardboard together?
It's not funny. The wheel's on the computer. You guys get it. You guys know computers. Okay, it's spinning.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I have one that I really wanted to land on, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Oh.
That is not the one I wanted to land on, but we will be doing mob movies for the month of November, which means we have, I will tell you right now what movie we are going to be starting with. We are going to be starting Mobster Movie Month with
Ooh,
The Godfather,
the classic.
the classic.
That'll be fun.
I guess that's interesting. Godfather. My nickname is Fredo from that movie, and also like my birthday is in November.
It's a good month.
Yeah. I really want to do Trapped, but I'm stoked on mob
We could
movies.
just do it, dude. We could just fucking do it.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe next year. Maybe next year.
I'm excited for all of the like categories. You
Me
know?
too. Me too.
Uh,
I really wanted Vengeance, but Trapped also.
Revenge.
Yeah.
We called it Revenge, and you keep calling it Vengeance.
Hey, same
We have to
thing.
get on the same page. No, it's not the same thing. There are different words for different reasons. They have different contexts. Yeah. Well, mob movies. See you next week with The Godfather. This will be our second Coppola film.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us this spooky dooky month.
Yeah. Happy Halloween. Happy
Happy-
spooky times.
Happy Halloween next week.
Call your parents. Call your.
Call your mom. Tell her you love her. Tell your friends you love them. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to eat some brains.
brains.
Brains. Brains. What if like zombies like turn into zombies? They don't change their voice. It's just like brains.
Brains. I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry. I need some freaking brains over here. All right. Good night.